The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you in the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire, you want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
The rain is coming down here in Atlanta, Georgia, and the tides of tennis are changing. Tradition meets innovation. Fans can be fans again. Players are getting their due, and the energy is back, and the world is finding out that inside the INTENNSE Arena, the future of tennis is here. Hello, everyone. I'm J.Y. Obona, and we're at the Electric Owl Studios, where it's not just entertainment that's being created. It's a whole new professional tennis team league format that's modernized the sport with rules such as timeouts, substitutions, and men and women competing together that now have many people asking, will this become the new dream for future tennis players? And yesterday was an electrifying day inside the arena, and we got things started at 2 p.m. where the challenge team took on Tampa. Irina Falcone-Hartman, first ever and only challenge team coach to have led her team to victory, paired up with Tyler Stice one more time from that week one team. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a win. Tampa just too strong in women's singles. Noori Adam smiles with Quinn Gleason, dropped the mic in doubles, and just solidified the win right there. But then at 7 p.m. in our marquee matchup of the two teams fighting for first place, Sam Nicholson came out with a 74-point total in singles. Kevin King did his best, but just couldn't keep up. Tanya Sosnowskaya for the women in Atlanta, doing her best, gave Atlanta a 15-point cushion going into the doubles going in as well. And then they came back in doubles with Michaela Gordon and Kevin King in doubles, and they just really took off. 94 points in that doubles to take first place and full control of their championship destiny. And then coming up today at 2 p.m., Atlanta has to come back versus Tampa, and we'll see how Kevin King is going to be doing, because in the men's singles for Tampa, they've really stepped it up, but they are winless in doubles. So how are they going to be able to do that? Because for Atlanta, that is where they have been the strongest, and this is where we get to bring in Kelly Kroll, former Division I tennis player from Missouri, who's going to be courtside with us, breaking down all the action. Kelly, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, as you heard Luke say yesterday, the best seat in the house right here. This is where you get to feel all of the energy inside this arena at its peak. And we have talked about, JY, how it doesn't matter where we are. I like to joke, whether you're in the coffee shop with the boys or whether you're out shopping. I have people stepping up to me now asking me, hey, tell me a little bit more about this Intense League. I've heard about it. What is it all about? And how does it compare? Is it like arena football? Is it like the Live Golf Tournament? Is this the D League for the NBA? And I said, no, it's not like any of those. It's not even comparable. This is entirely different than the tennis you are used to in all of the best ways. The fans get to be involved. They get to be loud, and you can tell by the posts on social media, whether it is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, this place and this league is going nuts, and people want to be part of it. Players want to be part of it. JY, take over under 5 on the number of players that DM you each night and ask if they can now be part of this. I mean, where are you at these days? Because you got to be here, that's for sure.
It's at the point where I actually have to just wait to respond. Before I was excited to get to those messages, and now it's like, geez, just give me a second. But, you know, getting to today, Tampa versus Atlanta, what's the most important thing you're looking for today?
Well, you mentioned the doubles, and that is what it's all about. Marcelo, for Coach Atlanta, he'll tell you, we play real doubles, right? Isn't that how he answered Luke last night? We play real doubles. I asked him this morning, what do you mean by that? And he goes, we're poaching. We're all over the place. And I said, because of Kevin King? And he goes, no, because that's what we do. If it's the girls, if it is mixed doubles, they are looking to poach. They're looking to be aggressive. They are looking to be on top of the net. Now, Tampa has added doubles specialist, if you will, in Quinn Gleason. And having a moment to kind of catch up with her this morning, she was saying, you know, at Notre Dame, this is what she does. Now, we saw her yesterday, both with Vicky, and they are interchanging things. She is a deuce-side player, JY, but so is Vicky. And she said, you know, we're kind of figuring out what's going to work for us. And she said, I'm a team player. I can play the ad side as well, but I really want to be playing I formation. All that to say, you add somebody like Quinn to this Tampa roster, and I expect doubles to look a lot different, and it is what it's all about, right? It is the last act of any performance. It is your fourth quarter. It is your ninth inning. It is the closing part of intense tennis, and it is by far my favorite, getting to watch the doubles.
And you mentioned Quinn. Now, she had an incredible effort. She had a very interesting flight scenario to come here. You know, Tampa, they had a really big struggle to get their season started, but talk a little about that effort that players like Quinn are making to step it up for their team here.
Yeah, so the flight both times trying to get here to Atlanta has been canceled for poor Quinn, who's trying to get out of Rochester, New York, get herself here to Atlanta, but we know how that goes. Mother Nature. I was noticing watching Tampa here earlier today, all trying to check into their flights tonight, which, by the way, with this rain, they're all getting delays as well. But they will do whatever it takes to get here, be at their best ever, and she, I'm guessing, can just play on fumes and be at her best, because she did it yesterday, and tonight, or today, I should say, she'll be actually getting to play on a good night's rest because she was already in the city.
Awesome. Well, Kelly, thank you so much. You'll be joining us again later when we come back at 2 p.m. And you had talked about all the buzz that everyone's talking about on social media, and a lot of that is thanks to a good friend of ours, Chip Rowley.
What's with all the beige? What do you got going on here?
What beige? This is
beige is a color.
Yeah.
So, what you're wearing?
This is lamb cream.
Lamb cream.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
didn't mean to insult the colors you have on.
No, you didn't.
Okay, good.
No, I was actually flattered that you noticed.
Swag. Chip Rally. Oi. Rallying with Chip Rally. A fun show on YouTube and other social media outlets in the year 2025. Produced and directed by Chip Rally. Starring Chip Rally. All stunts provided by Chip Rally. You have more balls just in case I shank one? No. Look, I told Saeed, I said, look, these ladder matches are timed. If we get the lead, we got to start walking slower. Saeed's running around. He's like running from side to side. I'm like, Saeed, slow down. We're up a break. Just get through it, man. Oh, hey. Chip Rally here on the Rally with Chip Rally. I'm here in the Intense Tennis League with the guys that are the players, and we're hitting deep because in tennis you want to hit deep.
That's right.
I'm here with Trent Bryde.
You got it. Not Bird, Bryde.
Bryde.
You got it.
DJ. Hedgehog. And, oh no, Hedge Fund.
Yeah, we can go with Hedgehog, that's fine. Yeah.
And Arby's fan.
I don't know where you got that one.
Question for you. What was it like playing for Northern Southern Georgia Tech?
I don't know.
Where'd you went to school in Georgia?
I did, yeah. Small school, University of Georgia.
Bulldogs?
Yeah, Bulldogs.
Really?
Yeah.
Intramural team, congrats.
Yeah. Barely made it. Barely made the cut.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. In all seriousness, you ever run into a guy by the name of John Isner?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Tell him he owes me $50.
I will.
Question for you. What music do you listen to when you're shorting the market?
Actually, I listen to house music.
Yeah?
I did it today.
What were you listening to today?
Rufus.
Okay. R, and then the U, and then the two tennis balls, and then F, and then U, and then...
That's right. Yeah.
Nice. Do you have an alias?
Just my last name, Bryde.
Bryde.
Is that good?
I like it.
I should get maybe more clever.
No, I like the Y, because the Y sort of makes it feel like you misspelled it on purpose, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Give me a freaking break. Stick together, guys. Stick together. Let's go. Let's go. I'm Marcelo Ferreira, and I'm coaching the Yelena team. I grew up in São Paulo, Brazil, very humble family. I grew up a soccer fan. The things that I've done for soccer is not something that I would be comfortable sharing on camera, but it's just complete insanity.
You have to share something you've done.
So we get to this stadium back in São Paulo, and brawl broke out. Exploded, fireworks, burned, tents flopping, until we finally pretty much got arrested. But we won the championship. Around age 11 to 12, a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go play tennis with him at a public club. It's like, man, I never held a tennis racket, but let's go for it. And we went, just hit a bunch of balls over the fence. And the one thing that kind of made me fall in love with the game is because I'm a super competitive person. And I used to hate playing in the soccer leagues and sometimes losing games because my teammates didn't step up. So I was like, something special about this game. My family didn't have the means to be able to pay for tennis lessons. Coincidentally, a buddy of mine who used to be a ball kid at a tennis academy close to the house, and he gives me a call and asks me if I would love to come in and fill in for the afternoon ball kid who had just quit. I was like, here's an opportunity for me to make a little bit of money and actually play tennis. So I jumped on my beat-up bike and went to the academy. I tried to maximize on the opportunity of being able to listen to the coaches teaching their students and try to practice whatever they taught against the wall. I always saw every job as an opportunity to move out of that type of life. Not that we struggled in any way, shape, or form, but I just do, especially being in the tennis world, my family couldn't afford it. I'm not the most talented guy. I think God gave me the gift of hard work. I'm relentless.
Welcome back to the Intense Arena, where it's raining outside, but inside the party's getting started, where the championship is still on the line for both teams after last night's victory for Atlanta, but they have to come back, go up against Tampa today, who, if they go undefeated the rest of the way, they can get their championship opportunity. I'm J.Y. Obone, and it's going to be an incredible afternoon where we're going to take a look at the Tampa roster that is going to be up against Atlanta, because they have a tough task, so we have to see who is going to go up against them to try to knock out the #1 team. So first, on the men's side, Noori Adam Smiles, the captain, the big power hitter, but also the touch at times. Trey Mallory missed yesterday's match due to food poisoning, back in it today alongside Sam Frizzell. And Sion Mendez and Victoria Flores, the duo that's been undefeated in women's singles. And now, the special guest that's come in for today's event, Quinn Gleason, who's also going to be courtside with us to give us some of her thoughts on today. Welcome, Quinn.
Thanks for having me. So pumped to be here.
Yeah, well, what's it been like? I mean, you had an interesting experience. You finally got some rest. How are you feeling today?
I feel great, refreshed, ready to go. The team energy is crazy right now. We are so excited for today.
Well, you mentioned team, and you have not been playing on a team format back out on the WTA Tour. What's it been like being part of a team environment again?
I think I love being on a team. I thrive in the energy, and the team chemistry is crazy. After knowing these guys for a day, we're just having so much fun. We're pulling pranks on the other teams. Can't explain the chemistry. It's so much fun.
Well, and what you talk about chemistry already in one day, but what really stood out to me, one incredible effort, for you, 3 a.m. wake-up call, you come in, and they throw you in, and you played great. But we all know with doubles that chemistry matters, right? But you look like you've been playing with Vicky for years. What was that like, trying to figure that out?
I think we clicked right away. It actually worked out really well. She was setting me up from the baseline. I was at the net. We had a lot of fun, brought the energy, and that's really what mattered.
And so you mentioned fun, but what is the most fun rule that we have? Because this is very different here.
There's so much fun, from the fan interaction to all the music going on. There's never a dull moment. We're just having so much fun as a team, trash talking, bringing so much energy.
Well, and you got Atlanta coming up today. What's been the talk as you all prepare for today?
We were working on some mind games, so we're trying to, before we even step on the court, we're trying to intimidate them. I think that's going well so far, and we're just going to try to intimidate them from point number 1.
Yeah, rumor has it that there's a video that might be coming out about some of these mind games. We'll see if it was true or not, so we'll check the Reddit channels. So I do have to ask, I heard there's a Braves hat in the mail coming?
I don't know, I'm Yankees through and through. We'll see about Braves.
All right, well, Quinn, thank you for joining us here in Atlanta. good luck today and for you and the rest of the team.
Thank you. So pumped to be here.
Awesome. Well,
and also I'm the youngest, so it's always different, I think, and pretty new, but I just think that you can give a chance to everyone. My name is Yelena, and I'm coaching the Tampa team. So I started playing tennis when I was 4 years old in France. My dad started to coach me. I just had one coach when I was 10 years old until now. I still have the same coach in France back home. And I love tennis. It was more like a fun game. No competition at the beginning, and I started to like, at some point, when I was 16, I realized I was pretty okay. And I just decided to do more competition and take it more seriously. I think my coach made the person that I am on the court and off the court as well. He impacted me a lot on technique-wise, but also my spirit, how I fight on the court. I felt that confidence builds trust and shows build performance. That's the most important for me as a coach, to make the player understand that I understand them. It's not only being a player, it's also a person. And any little win, we have to celebrate. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a small win for them or a big win, I will always support them. When I was 17, I just decided to go to the US. I saw a lot of players going there and getting scholarship to play in the United States. When I came to the US, I was not speaking one word of English, so I arrived in Columbus State University, and it was way different than France. Also was just after COVID, so when I had to learn English, they were all wearing a mask. So it was really difficult to communicate, actually, first of all. So I was a little bit questioning myself why I'm here. But then after, it started to be really fun.
welcome back to the Intense Arena here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we have our second day of events coming up. Atlanta is going to be taking on Tampa inside the Electric Owl Studios, where this professional team league format continues in week 5. And Atlanta versus Jacksonville last night really led us to where we are today. I'm J.Y. Obona, and I get to welcome in Irina Falcone-Hartman to call today's match.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, last night was an incredible night. Big first place opportunity for both teams, Atlanta versus Jacksonville, and the winner of that was going to take full control of their championship opportunity. Atlanta took down Jacksonville. They got into first place, but Tampa today also has an opportunity. So give us your thoughts on what you saw last night, first row seat right here.
I mean, it was an incredible match. I think the energy, the atmosphere was just out of bounds, and Atlanta was able to just bring it in the end. I think it was a toss-up between Tanya and Kevin King on who got the MVP for the night. But I'm just curious to see. It's a very quick turnaround. They probably got home around 10 p.m. and then just recovery, making sure that your body is recovered for the next day. That's my biggest concern. The Tampa team obviously has a little bit more room to rest and was able to scout the match last night. And so it's going to be a very interesting match, but my gut is telling me Tampa might be able to sneak this one out.
Yeah, well, it's going to be very interesting because when you look at the standings for these two teams, Atlanta, by beating Jacksonville, they take first place. They have the tiebreaker with Jacksonville, but Tampa is still in it, even after their slow start. If they go undefeated the rest of the way, they still have a shot. So this is extremely important. So Atlanta has to deal with the emotion of last night, but then to come back today, but all sense of urgency from Tampa. And how tough is that? Because they have this big emotional night, Irina, for Atlanta, and there's that energy drop at night, but you have to come back and you got to do it again. And you said Tampa's rested. They got Quinn Gleason on there. We've been talking women's singles, how important it was for Tanya last night for what they did. But on the other side, Tampa is undefeated in singles. Let's talk about that matchup today.
I think there's just a lot of moving parts. Obviously, Jacksonville last night was able to produce some incredible stuff with Sam Nicholson in that men's singles bolt. And it just looked as though, from our end, we did not know if Kevin King was going to be able to actually get to the next point, because at one point it just looked like he was limping. It looked like he was in a lot of pain. And so he just decided to go in a different gear that we probably haven't seen before in this entire season. And he was able to just bring it during the doubles. And him and Tanya were just unstoppable. And I believe that was some of the best doubles that I've seen Trent Bryde also perform last night. And it was just so much fun to watch. But my goodness, yesterday the challengers against Tampa, Quinn Gleason was phenomenal in the doubles court, and she was able to set the tone, I think, for the remainder of the match. And I think in the end, Tampa was just so strong, so determined, so confident. And so it's just going to a lot of moving parts. But I really think that it's going to come down to women's singles today, because Tanya was just extraordinary last night. But Vicky Flores, she did not miss a ball yesterday. She is coming in strong. Tampa has not lost women's singles this entire season. So coming in with that confidence, I think that's only going to help them.
Yeah, and you mentioned Vicky Flores there, and we're going to look at that Tampa lineup because, you know, from top to bottom, how much they've improved. Sam Frizzell, you know, it was Noori Smiles leading them off in men's singles, but then Sam really stepped it up and has been playing extremely well. Trey Mallory, food poisoning yesterday. It's going to be interesting to see, does he see any action today? But on the women's side, women's singles and also women's doubles with Quinn Gleason coming in, you know, because there's BB King, the Benjamin Button, that's going to be, you know, he's going to be stepping up. Even on one knee, we know what he can do on the men's side. But talk about also how much of an advantage. Is it an advantage? What has? Because if you look at Atlanta, Tanya played extremely well. Michaela, who do you think has the edge between Tampa and Atlanta in the women's singles and the women's doubles?
Oof.
I'm putting you on the spot. You got to give it to me.
I love it. I love it. I think in women's singles, it really just depends on Tanya's energy. I think we speak about how emotionally draining it can be after such an intense and emotional match last night for Atlanta. And Tampa had a win. They were technically supposed to beat the challenger team, and Atlanta was able to just come from behind, and so they were a bit of the underdog story there at the end. But it was just a way in how they finished. I have to think that they're going to be riding on a lot of confidence. But for my take, women's singles, I'm going to give it to the yellow jacket, Vicky Flores. In doubles, I'm going to go Quinn Gleason and Vicky Flores again for Team Tampa. And then it gets a little dicey because yesterday Noori Adam was able to play some ridiculously good singles, probably the best singles that I've seen him play all season. Can Kevin walk? That's our main concern. Can Kevin go out there and perform the same way that he performed yesterday? And so I think the knee is going to be the biggest question mark for me, and just the fatigue, just to see how they're able to turn it around today and just come through.
Well, we'll see who's going to be alongside Kevin King to help him get through it. It's going to be a lot of fun this afternoon. We'll be right back with the match.
My name is Michaela Gordon, and I play for Team Atlanta. I spent a lot of my childhood in South Dakota, and I ended up picking up a tennis racket when I was maybe 4 years old. It's funny, the first thing that comes to mind is actually playing in South Dakota on ice-covered courts, because we only had limited indoor courts there, and just trying to shovel off the ice so that my dad could feed me balls. I have 4 siblings, I'm right in the middle. So I have 2 older brothers, younger sister, younger brother. It was great being in a family where all my siblings were also athletes. We really pushed each other. I think they're a big reason why I'm really competitive. I would say one of the biggest challenges growing up playing tennis was the demands of kind of the global tennis schedule. So I started playing ITFs when I was 13, which obviously is really young to be traveling the world by yourself. Having a lack of stability on the junior tour, and not having a lot of consistency in terms of where I was, even just location-wise, was really hard for me. And it's one of the big reasons I wanted to go play team tennis in college, because I just wanted a more stable routine to be able to play at Stanford and get a scholarship and be part of that community of incredible women was something that I really couldn't turn down. Being on the team, being a student athlete, I think it taught me a lot about managing my time, about having that dedication to what you're doing and kind of managing different personalities and leading a team towards a common goal.
Awesome. We're about to meet you guys. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
We're about halfway through the season now.
Surprises.
I knew it was going to be really loud. I didn't know we were going to have cowbells, the clackers, and horns going on. That's probably the most surprising thing to me.
Fans are finally able to express themselves and also be difference makers.
Get him a shovel. He can handle tennis rackets.
It surprised me how much you can use it to your advantage.
Let's go, Atlanta.
You see people trying to mess with the opposing team's serve.
That energy is really fun to play in it.
We learned how to be really energetic and how momentum can take you through the entire match.
Being a good team player comes forward in this format.
The one thing to focus on, I think, as a team is just being super hype on the sidelines.
When I'm going down the score, if my team gets quiet, that's where I'm feeling like, ooh, something's fishy going on.
If you're not having fun out there, if you're not smiling, cheering on your teammates, you're not going to get the same out of it.
What is going to make us better this second half of the season, that now the team is very united.
We had already been training together, but going on road trips and going to dinners, you get to meet them and you get to know them a little better.
Let's go!
We've gotten a lot of momentum as the season's continued.
People are getting more relaxed on the court, and I'm thinking, oh, suddenly I've got this pressure.
We don't want to reinvent the wheel.
We're hungry for some more wins.
The fans can only expect the level to get stronger and stronger as the weeks go on.
I'm Noori Adam. I play for Team Tampa. One of my nicknames is Smiley. From Sudan originally. I have a big family. I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers. I'm very thankful for my parents because they did more than what they can just to make sure that we don't need anything. My history with tennis, it started with my grandfather who used to work as a caretaker at the tennis club. And back in the day, tennis always for the high class. My family comes from a lower class, so there was no chance of me being here. My dad grew up and started working there as well. Gave him a small house in the tennis club. And then ended up being a coach. He learned playing tennis, he learned all the techniques. The moment you were born, you start walking, here's the racket, the court is literally 5 meters from the house. So it's crazy because I think about it almost every day. Just me being here, what if my dad just decided to do something else? I was number 8 in Africa, playing 14 and under, and I get the chance to play the Masters, where the top 8, getting my first ATP point at the age of 16. That's when I was like, oh, I can actually play. The journey from Sudan to the U.S., I've seen a lot of friends went to college in the U.S., so I'm like, okay, if they can be on full scholarship, then I can be as well. I think my mom is mad at me up to this day about it.
the loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Welcome everyone to the Electric Isle Studios, where it's not just entertainment that's being created, but a whole new professional tennis team league pathway, where coming up we have Tampa versus Atlanta, and whoever wins today will take a big step forward to being the first ever Intense League champion. Hello everyone, I'm J.Y. Albona, and we are a modernized version of the sport, so we have to get to the rules that fans will need to know as they follow today's action.
Hey, it's Trent from Team Atlanta. If you want to watch Intense, you gotta know the rules because it's different from the tennis you're used to. Let's go.
Intense is a team sport. Each team consists of 6 players, 3 men, 3 women, roll on, roll off, substitutes all throughout. Each Pro League duel is made up of 3 matches, men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Each match is made up of 3 10-minute bolts with shot clocks in use. Each team has 2 timeouts per match.
We have easy-to-follow numerical scoring with 1 point for a regular win and 2 points for a clean winner.
One toss, one serve. Once the ball is in the air, you gotta hit it, make it, or lose the point.
The server sets the pace. Returners must be ready, and there's a maximum of 14 seconds between points.
Bolt 6 electric line calling will be overseen by Intense officials.
At the end of each match, the highest score wins. A deciding point will be played if teams are tied at the final whistle of the final bolt.
The team with the highest aggregate score at the end of the final ball of the final match is declared the winning team and takes home the cash.
Got it? Good. Enjoy the matches.
Let's take a look at Team Tampa.
Sion Mendes, Sydney, Australia, and I play professional pickleball too. Fight me.
Vicky Flores, Georgia Tech, and I can drive a stick shift.
Quinn Gleason, Notre Dame, and every time I've played Intense, my flight has been canceled.
Noori Adam, FAMU, and I'm also a SoundCloud rapper. Played a lot of sports. They didn't make no sense, so I picked the tennis racket. It was more intense.
Trey Mallory, UNC Wilmington, huge Manchester United fan.
Sam Frizzell, Xavier University, and I can play piano, guitar, and clarinet at the same time. Kind of. Not very well, but we get it done.
That was Team Tampa. Now let's meet Atlanta.
Michaela Gordon, Stanford University. I can name every country.
Tanya Sosnowskaya, University of Texas at Austin. I can pickle anything.
Alessandra Crump, Orange Park, Florida. I can hit a backhand at 88 miles per hour.
Edward Times, Georgia State, and I just started playing golf 4 years ago, and I'm a scratch golfer.
Kevin King, Georgia Tech, and I'm a huge Steelers fan.
Trent Bryde, University of Georgia, and I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 1 minute.
And that's Team Atlanta. All right, let's go to the on-court intros now.
All right, now it's time to meet your players. We got Team Tampa taking on Atlanta. First up, Team Tampa, led by their coach from France. From collegiate player to head coach within a year, she's a shooting star of success, Yelena. From Southampton, Bermuda, a back-to-back-to-back 4-time CAA champion with James Madison, bringing the Tropical Thunder onto the court, Trey Mallory. From Luce, Florida, he's representing the Sunshine State and shines bright like a diamond every time he plays, Sam Frizzell. From Sudan, a standout on the ATP Tour, for since he was 16 years old. He's a big grin. He got a bigger game. It's Smiley, our guy, Noori Adam. From Minden, New York, a top 75 ranked player in WTA doubles. She was a part of the Fighting Irish and now bringing the fight to Intense. Y'all make some noise for Quinn Gleason. Hey, Mighty Quinn. From Fort Dodge, Iowa, she's a standout on and off the court, an ITA All-American and winner of the Arthur Ashe Leadership and Sportsmanship Award. Make some noise for Vicky Flores. Hey, Sneaky V. From Sydney, Australia, rooted in Argentinian flair, she came from down under to come up on top with Intense. Make some noise for Sion Mendez. You guys make some noise for Team Tampa. And now, for Team Atlanta, your host team, led by their coach from Brazil. He's part instructor, part hype man. He got all the energy, and he is the metaphor trainer. He called himself, he's all the energy we need. Make some noise for Marcelo Ferreira. From right here in the ATL, Georgia, he's a three-time ITA All-American for the University of Georgia. He got that dog in him. Make some noise for Trent Bryde. From Midland, Georgia, he's an all-Sun Belt first-teamer who is dominating right here at Georgia State. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. Make some noise for Edward Times. From Peachtree City, Georgia, a tennis prodigy since he was 4 years old. He owns up to being the king of the court because we can crown him. Make some noise for Kevin Key. From Milsnik, Belarus, call her Tanya 2 times, as she's been ranked in both singles and doubles, has represented 2 colleges and earned a #1 ranking in ITA doubles. Make some noise for Tanya Sosnaskia. From Orange Park, Florida, she is a top 20 ranked junior and has been a tennis phenom since her first professional match at 14 years old. Bringing the Swedes to Intense. Make some noise for Alessandro Crom. From Saratoga, California, she leads Stanford with 2 NCAA championships, and she's bringing the West Coast vibes to the ATL. Make some noise for Michaela Gordon. Make some noise for Team Atlanta.
All right, those are our 2 teams that are going to put on an absolute great show right now with the championship on the line. I'm J.Y. Abone, Irina Falcone-Harmon. Irina, coming up, what are you looking for the most?
I think the biggest thing is you want to get off to a great start in the women's singles. You want to set the tone of how you want to play, because obviously Team Atlanta knows how to close. So let's see what Tampa can do right from the start.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how B.B. King, Benjamin Button, comes back after last night. Incredible. We all doubted him. Got younger throughout the match, and so we know if he's in there for doubles, Tampa is going to have to come out to a big lead in women's singles, because 94 points last night by Atlanta in the doubles with the combination of Tanya and Michaela. So incredible performance there. We'll see what happens in the women's singles that get things started off. You know, we're going to take it down to the coin toss where Marshall and Miss Intense and everybody are getting us ready to lock it down.
start of our women's singles bolts. Any questions before we get started? All right, Yelena is our host team. Tampa to make the call. Heads or tails? Heads is the call. It's heads. All right, Yelena to serve. Good luck.
It's showtime. Tanya Sosnowskaya on the near side for Atlanta. First place Atlanta. Tampa last place, but they've been stepping it up. And so if they remain undefeated, they have a shot. Sion Mendez on the far side, trying to get things going. A little bit of a discrepancy with the call already. We'll see what happens. Let's see if Marcel's gonna make a decision right there as both six get things going. 1-0 Tampa on the far side. Ball person needs to, intensifier needs to clear that ball out. So each team has what we call intensifiers that are trying to help the team clear the balls, get them to it as fast as possible with 14 seconds in between points. That ball's still hanging there. Well, hopefully there's no points where Tanya has to move back there. This is
I was just going to say that can actually affect the electronic line calling as well.
Especially if that ball moves a little bit, so they're going to have to get that. So we'll see what happens here. Sion Mendez on the far side, Argentinian, Australian tennis player. Whoa! Getting things started, saying I can do it from everywhere around the globe, including the INTENNSE Arena. Moved to Spain when her junior career was really taking off. Traveling to tournaments from Australia is absolutely a joke. It's insane how far it is from all the tournaments. So move to Spain. Does she rack up another +2? Just missed that passing shot just wide.
But see, I love that shot selection from Sion Mendez. I love to just test Tanya to see where her fatigue is right from the start. Just keep her guessing, not make her comfortable from the back, because you know from the back she's going to be there all day. She can just be a wall from the baseline.
When you were talking about this last night, she had a tendency to play pretty far back. So a lot of times, where's that biggest gap? Is that drop shot right in front of her, but no one really exposed it. But drop shot dragon right there.
That's a great play. And honestly, I just feel like she has to just keep using it. Play it until it does not work.
I can do either. I can make it.
You joining us for the first time, whenever you hit a clean winner here, it counts as 2 points. You go back and you serve on the same side. 8-2. First to 3 10-minute bolts. Men's singles will come up after this, but right now, women's singles will play their 30-minute session. Tanya Sosnowskaya, University of Texas alumni, big fan of cybersecurity.
Oh,
so,
okay.
you know, I heard she might be helping out the tech team, keeping everything safe there at Ion Court, helping us with the scoreboard and everything.
No hackers here.
No hackers inside the INTENNSE Arena.
So guys, you mentioned kind of Sion already testing what kind of energy level Tanya will have this afternoon, and I was able to talk to Marcelo a little bit. I said, how are you watching her? Is her energy, do you expect it to be in the same place? And he goes, what would you do if you played for me? So in other words, don't expect to drop off today from T, guys. But Sion is another drop shot here, gonna test every bit, and worked again, right? The drop shot dragon. She knows how to make somebody work on a back-to-back like today. And so we'll have to keep an eye on Tanya and where that energy level is.
Well, and yesterday Tanya was tested physically, but no one is going to be able to do it like Sion with the drop shots and everything inside to side. So Tanya's moving a lot yesterday, but side to side. Today, it's going to be everywhere. Sion can really work the court, and a very early timeout by Marcelo.
Yeah, I like this selection here. Let's see what Coach Marcelo has to say.
To be fair, okay? You're literally doing nothing what you did yesterday. Nothing, okay? I'm not going to take you out, but you need to step it up and do what we're supposed to do, okay? You're just going for shots that you shouldn't go for, which only drop shots are going to hurt you. But here's what you do. Easy to hit drop shots from up here. So play higher and heavier. You're hitting it flat. That's the easiest ball to hit a drop shot off. Flat, drop shot, knowing that she's so freaking good at it. Those balls should be high, deep above her shoulder, and you hit balls from here. Make that change now, okay? Let's go.
The delivery may not have been perfect, but it makes sense because Sion Mendez is utilizing all the pace that Tanya is throwing. And so I like the idea. You got to go above her shoulder. She's not able to hit a drop shot from up there.
Yeah, and Marcelo's as direct as it gets. When he's happy, he's loving it. When he's not happy, you will know it. But fortunately, Tanya, she can be the same. She can be very direct. So, you know, they can communicate very well. They have very similar personalities like that at times. So
it saves a lot of time, right?
Yeah, just get right to it. This whole sweetheart stuff. Look, we can say that for after the match. In the middle, let's just get it done. Short timeout.
Right.
So 12-4 Tampa on the far side. First 3 10-minute bolts. And there's Sion, who's using that heavy forehand right back to Tanya. Oh, great overhead. Great defense by Sion, actually. I thought that was a great defensive lob. Too good by Tanya in the overhead. +2 for her. Goes back to serve on the same side.
You know, I do have to say, Coach Marcelo goes, Tanya, you're not doing any of what you did yesterday. You're not doing any of the plays, but also she's playing a different player. You know, how many drop shots? I think that's the 3rd or 4th drop shot that Sion Mendez has hit. She really didn't see any of that last night. Everybody was just testing her from the baseline, and she proved to be too tough from back there.
Well, and I think Tanya's actually playing from a similar position in the court she was yesterday.
Right.
But the balls are just coming out a lot flatter, which is what Marcelo's asking. Heavier from back there. But I wonder if that's fatigue from the legs, just not being able to use it to lift it enough.
I agree, and I also saw that she already switched rackets, so maybe it could be something with the tension.
I thought she was going to go for another drop shot. Instead, goes for the angle. I think she caught Tanya by surprise. Tanya was probably expecting the angle as well. +2s across the board for Tampa today.
You know, that's the thing about having that drop shot. Sion Mendez is able to disguise it so well, because I also thought she was going to go for the drop shot there, JY.
And we have our first substitution of the day, Michaela Gordon, venture capitalist graduate from Stanford, came back to professional tennis when she found out if you're gonna have to work in an office for a long time, well, might as well go back and play some tennis. And here she is for Atlanta, the captain, but Sion is showing her how it gets done. 18-8, +2s everywhere for Sion.
Such a smart play there by Sion Mendez. She knew that Michaela Gordon really only could go down the line, so great coverage there, just ready for that next ball. And she is really utilizing the momentum here, trying to rush Michaela Gordon. It's always tough when you come out, you haven't played a ball yet, to just be dropped in. And so it's going to be up to Michaela Gordon to really show us something here.
Well, I know she's not off to the best start right now, but she is as tough as it gets. Growing up in South Dakota, they would sweep snow off the tennis courts just so they could play, because there's not a lot of tennis courts in South Dakota. So she will do what it takes to find a way, as she's down 20-8. Still a lot of time left, but Sion's on fire right now. I don't see Vicky or Quinn looking to get it any time.
Yeah, I just feel that Sion Mendez is just getting the ball right in her strike zone. She's not having to do much, but I mean, just right there. Look at that. It's not an impressive shot, but it's doing the job for her. And that was a 2-pointer right there, JY.
When she's using the drop shots in a sneaky way now, that was like a short slice, not the obvious like forehand one. She's providing so much variety. This is really tough for Atlanta. She is on fire right now. This is just tough. Does Marcelo use another timeout already?
It looks as though Tanya's got her racket in her hand, so there may be a substitution that will be here any second now if Michaela Gordon doesn't come up with something to be able to neutralize Sion Mendez right now. And that's what's going to happen. I think you start forcing errors, you start going for shots that maybe you shouldn't go for. Michaela Gordon is someone that likes to be behind the baseline, and you can see it with both 6. It was just a little bit wide, and that's what's going to happen. You can start pressing a little bit.
And Sion finally, with an unforced error, makes the unforced error on the serve. You only get one serve, one opportunity. Tanya, unfortunately, same thing. Cold shoulder comes in. They trade serves back to back. 27-9. You talked about the importance of women's singles before Tampa gets into the doubles, and they are off to the start that they needed.
Yeah, I just feel as though there's not really that much firepower coming from Tanya's ball right now. She's testing the racket right now. I don't feel like as though it's the perfect tension for her. It's just not giving enough.
When you have a big lead like that, you can make reckless decisions and go for it. She's still up 18 for Tampa. Last 2 minutes in this first with 3 10-minute bolts.
You know, yesterday I did mention that Tanya Sasnskaya was serving some of the best that I've seen the entire season, but you have to think that's a couple of faults that she's already had. That has a lot to do with her legs. And that match last night must have taken a lot of energy out of her.
And not just, you know, the match, but also the lack of sleep. I mean, you just don't, it's hard to wind down. It takes a few hours, but you can't wind down until too much later because you said of the recovery piece, the stretching, the dinner, the eating, the relaxing, that's a whole 3 to 4 hour process. So we'll see how she handles that as we finish up week 5. But for those of you that haven't been here yet, we've got week 6, our final one coming up. You can scan that QR code and come step inside one of the most iconic tennis courts ever been built. It's been sold out for a couple weekends now, so hopefully there's still some tickets and you can get to check us out one more time. 31-12 Tampa. What a start, Sion Mendez. It's your show right now.
You know, I mean, that's just way too good. Look at that, Sion Mendez just ready to go after that because, I mean, she's just got Tanya Sasnskaya absolutely flustered.
And now she's loosening up on her serve and hitting some big serves right there. The problem is they need somebody that can overpower Sion, and I don't know if Tanya or Michaela have that power. Do they throw Alessandra Crump in? Sion's just gonna walk it in with the 34-12 lead. Holy moly, what a start right there. Sunday fun day for Team Tampa Arena. Let's watch this.
I mean, last night it was all Tanya Sasnskaya, but today it was all Sion Mendez. I mean, she was just reading Tanya's plays like a book, testing out the drop shot very early, and I think that just really flustered Tanya Sasnskaya. There was a couple of shots where she was able to come through and she was able to deliver, but Sion Mendez was just too good, too much.
Yeah, well, Sion is going to take a quick break while she talks to Kelly Cole courtside.
Yeah, she's pushing the body armor water right now, staying hydrated out here. But what was the key to that start? My goodness, girlfriend, you were on fire.
I think we had our stats, like our tactics very firm today, and I knew what I had to go out and do, and I executed quite well, so yeah.
Can you tell that you've gotten under the skin over here just a bit, and how good does that feel knowing you have made an impact starting the way you wanted to?
Yeah, definitely under the skin a little bit, especially against the coach over there, so quite happy with that. Yeah, I love to push buttons, so it's great.
And Marcelo has so many buttons, doesn't he? How do you extend this? That's the last question.
Just stay focused, keep doing what we're doing, and yeah, stay focused.
All right, best of luck. Thank you so much. Here we go. The second bolt of women's singles is on the way.
I'm not surprised with that buttons comment, considering she's a huge Call of Duty player. So yes, she streams it and everything.
Must be insane.
Yes, she knows what she's doing out here, not just on the court, but on the mindset game, doing a great job. Women's singles second bolt is coming up as Marcelo, behind those eyes right there, he is trying to figure out, what the hell do I do?
I mean, I'm thinking that too. What are you doing against Sion Mendez right now? You're looking at Michaela Gordon, who kind of plays a little bit much of the same, just kind of grinding from the back, but that's not going to do it against Sion Mendez right now.
And anytime you feel like a little tired, let me know.
Yeah, because Sion, I mean, she can grind as well. Thing is, I think she's got a little more firepower, more ways to finish points. So, you know, they're going to have to figure out a way to take it out of her hands. I see Marcelo talking to Alessandra Crump, who if anyone's just going to throw bombs out there, it's going to be her. She's just going to try to hit everything as hard as she can, and it might be enough to disrupt Sion. For now, Tanya Sasnskaya on the near side, still in. Second of 3 10-minute bolts for women's singles. Men's singles will be coming up after with doubles to finish. Sion Mendez, if you're just joining us right now on Peachtree Sports Network or YouTube or Twitch, she has been enjoying her day right now.
And she's just doing so well with really utilizing her body and making sure that she gets enough rotation on that shot. I mean, that was the highest part of the net, JY, and she was able to really put some firepower in that.
Another drop shot.
See, and that's the thing. She's doing so well. Sion Mendez is covering the next shot, which is so important. A lot of times you hit a drop shot like that, you're thinking, oh, it's going to be a winner. But Sion Mendez is ready for the next ball.
Yeah, and the way she finishes, right? She had a lot of drop shot winners, but this time wasn't the best one. Tanya got up there. Well, Sion read the net very well, finished with the volley, showing all the skills that she has. 38-13 for Tampa on the far side. And that's the balls that last night. Tanya was just hitting a lot heavier and higher, and right now they're dropping short. I know she won that point, but Marcelo is not happy with that game style right there. And I don't think that's just from lack of intentions. I just think it's lack of ability to execute right now.
I agree. I think it has a lot to do with matchups as well. I mean, Sion Mendez is able to get a lot of balls back, but once again, she has a couple other tools in her belt that make her exceptionally dangerous and such a fast-paced energy right here. I do think there's going to be a substitution coming in soon, though, JY.
For who? For your Yelena?
Yes. I don't think if it ain't broke for Sion Mendez right now, she's staying in there for as long as she possibly can.
Well, I think a +2 right there for Tanya. It's going to keep her in there a little bit longer, though Marcelo is very close to Marshall, probably waiting to give the word. He's like, Tanya, you lose one more point, you're out. All right, there's that aggression. All right, she's starting to hit a little bit bigger, so Marcelo, nope, not a smile yet. 39-17. I don't know if I'd be smiling either. I don't blame him.
Still down by 22. That's tough.
But we've seen 40-point leads evaporate, so anything can happen. A lot of tennis. Good forehand. Oh, no. Sion missed it. Sion missed it. The red lights do come up right here to show us that they are out. You can't hear the call like me because there's too much noise.
See on that one, JY, I just feel as though she could maybe get 1 or 2 extra steps inside the baseline. It'll just give her so much more room to work with, and also just a little bit more firepower behind her shots.
Yeah, and I know Kelly had some thoughts on Marcelo and his strategy when they met a little bit earlier. Kelly, what did you hear from him?
Well, it was interesting this morning because we saw how much Tanya played yesterday, right? And that was the first time you'd seen him go to the thought of let's stick with maybe the same player through 3 bolts, get the most we can out of her, and why would you have gone to anywhere else yesterday with the way T was playing? But today, he said he was going to learn a lot about what it takes out of his players to do something like that. He's asked it of Kevin King quite a bit, right? But he just likes to see competitive points. That's his big thing right now, and he's not going to like that from Tanya for sure. And he may be making the switch now, guys.
Well, and that was the interesting switch from Tampa right there. Tanya did have a couple good points. And right there, Tampa with the switch to Vicky Flores. And imagine that. That's who your go-to backup is right there. Ooh. Vicky Flores, the All-American from Georgia Tech. All these yellow jackets just stinging players left and right out here.
They're buzzing. But see, I love that. She came out and she also tested the drop shot real quick. Love the movement that's happening on the return there by Vicky Flores. Alexandra Crump really has not had that much action this season, and for Coach Marcelo to kind of put her in, like, you got to change something up. You got to throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks, JY.
Yeah, I do wonder with Alessandra coming in, why not Michaela? You know, Michaela's been steady as a rock. Alessandra, I thought was going to be the power player to come in and disrupt Sion, but Sion's not in. So we'll see how Marcelo likes what happens right there as you see the 1 serve, 1 fault rule. Alessandra Crump, the Atlanta player here, played for Team Tampa, actually a couple matches early in the season. Was not kept on the roster. Atlanta said, thank you very much. We're going to pick you up here. We think you can help us in certain ways. And now Marcelo is giving her the chance, but we see the sneak attack from Vicky. Don't see a lot of chip and charge. I like that, though.
Big fan of that. I love to see it just kind of really fluster your opponent, not give them much of an angle to work with, especially because the ball was staying so low.
47-22. Another 10-minute women's singles bolt coming up after this. Whichever team is leading after this women's singles portion will win $4,000 and a huge come on from Alessandra right there. She does bring that energy. Vicky is the energy for Tampa, the spark. Alessandra is going to match it on the other side. All right, there's that power. Try to disrupt it. The big come on to try to get the home crowd fired up, get behind her as well.
And see, I love to see players do that too, because it also just kind of releases all that energy that you have inside as well. Love to see that firepower, those grunts coming out of Alessandra Crump right now. Because you also have to think she's got to be nervous getting on the court as well.
Yep. And, well, she's going to be sitting down. Michaela Gordon now in, 48-24. Second action for Michaela.
Yeah, that's just too good. That was just a sitting duck there for Vicky Flores to just be all over it. Michaela Gordon's just going to have to give a little bit more depth on her ball.
Big serve. And Michaela looking a little slow right there. How much is last night? How much is nerves? It all plays a role. 51-24. Vicky Flores, Iowa native, came down to play at Georgia Tech. Been playing on the other pro tours after she graduated from her All-American career at Georgia Tech. Big golfer outside the tennis court. I asked her, hey, everyone's got a favorite club. Which one? Which one's your iron? Or she's like, no. I'm a driver.
Driver.
Go big or go
Love it.
home. And that fits her personality.
See, but my husband always tells me, you drive for show, but you putt for dough.
We're going to have to ask her about that. All right, you can drive it, but how's your putting?
Yep.
I'm a 9-iron. I'm a 9-iron kind of guy.
Ah, yeah. Big fan of that one. What do you get, 90 yards easy?
Tough.
Tough.
But you give me a 9-iron, you put me within 80 to 150, 160, I can use the 9-iron. I'm comfortable with it.
There you go.
But
I'd like to see
putt.
her and Edward Times battle it out.
Yeah,
She's a scratch golfer. That's incredible.
I know. We got to see a golf matchup, Atlanta versus Tampa.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Now you set it up at Cherokee Town and Country Club here in Sandy Spring. Or Eastlake.
Oh, yep.
Oh, big +2 with the bigger fist pump to her team. 54-27. The lead continues to grow for Tampa as Atlanta has no answers for women's singles in Tampa.
You know, JY, I did mention in the beginning that this is going to set the tone for the match, but keep in mind, yesterday it was also very different. You know, Tanya Sosnskaya was able to bring it in the women's singles, and then it kind of was all Team Jacksonville with Sam Nicholson, and so it was very topsy-turvy. But Vicky Flores just putting on a show, and it's great that she was able to build off the momentum from Sion Mendez. It's not always easy to play with a lead.
Last minute here, bolt number 2. One more 10-minute session coming up. Vicky giving the look like she's going to step in and hit a big return, but Michaela hits a bigger serve, forces the error. Falling their way back, one by one, 55-30. Okay, Michaela finding her rhythm right now, and we see a 24-point lead right now. But last night in the men's singles, we saw Jacksonville score 74 points. In the doubles, we saw Atlanta score 95 points. So a 24-point lead, 23 now. It ain't nothing. Sion Mendez back in after a nice rest. Try to sneak in one last point. That's actually kind of an interesting substitution.
I was just
there's only 1 point left at that point. You know. Well, okay. They still have a big lead, so they can work around some mistakes like that. But still a 22-point lead for Tampa, and we'll see how Bolt 3 is going to be coming up. But Irina, take a look at some of these highlights I got in there.
I mean, it was a little bit more of the same from that first bolt. Sion Mendez just putting on a show. Tanya Sosnskaya was able to bring a little bit of heat, but then Michaela Gordon was able to come in for a little bit. But man, Vicky Flores and Sion Mendez just taking control right now in women's singles.
Yeah, just Yelena, who's courtside with Kelly, must be having fun interchanging those two.
Yeah, she's got a big smile on her face right now. What can you say about the start Sion had for you guys and the tone she set?
That was great. Same start than yesterday, but I've been telling the girls to focus. Starting the second ball, I told them to don't get distracted, even though we have a lot of points. I want to get advantage of that, getting against 10 more points. I've been telling them on singles, I want over 20 points on both. So, like, I want them again on turbo to get at least 10 points because I know they can do that. They just relax, I feel, a little bit, and we have to bring the energy back because we cannot let them come back right now.
I was just going to say, quite the strategy there. You went to Vicky for a while. Does any lead feel safe at this point?
No. So I want to get more leads, like as much as I can until doubles.
Okay, best of luck, Yelena. Thank you. There you have it, guys. No lead is safe. Not adding into the third vault of women's singles next.
Yeah, definitely not no lead is safe. We saw that lead evaporate last night for Jacksonville, who got into the lead ahead as Atlanta came back in the doubles and storm. So much tennis here at the INTENNSE Arena. The crowd is fully sold out here. Such a fun afternoon. I'm J.Y. Obona, Irina Falcone-Harman. We're coming back after a big day yesterday. The championship is on the line for both of these teams. Atlanta's in first place, but if Tampa runs the table, they have their shot at the championship. Sion Mendez got off to a great start for Tampa, up against Michaela Gordon, the graduate, one of the best players at Stanford University during her time there, now trying to step up for Atlanta, and that's how she's going to get it done for her team. +2, you hit a clean winner, you get 2 points.
Yeah, absolutely, JY. I think that we have to see Michaela Gordon just a little bit more inside the baseline so she can really make an impact for the Atlanta team.
I think Kelly's got a special guest in the middle of the match.
I do, a very special guest, Smiles. I stole him from the sidelines and all the cheering, and you've had a lot to cheer about watching the women so far, haven't you?
Absolutely. It's great. We got a strong women team, so, all we had to do is stand behind them and just push them, and every time whoever steps on the court, they're giving 100% and plus, and they're just pretty solid, and they love what they're doing, and we love what they're doing. So all we have to do is just support them from the sidelines. So yeah, we got to be energetic, we got to be loud. Yep,
that works. Sion, your favorite part of her game, because the drop shot for me is unbelievable.
Yeah, like for me, Sion, is her physicality. She's fast, and then she can stay there as long as we need her to stay there. So in addition to the drop shot, but I think her advantage over the other girls is like her stamina, like her speed as well, and then she got the soft hands. I think it's from playing a lot of pickleball. Then she got the touch and feel, so that's her. So fun fact, so whenever, after every trip when we're leaving, we're like, make sure you practice a lot of pickleball because we're going to need it next weekend. So apparently it's working, so we're just going to keep pushing her to do so.
You're seeing the crossover here today. Okay, without stealing JY's spot, call this one out. Put on your broadcaster hat here. Next point, all right, we got 59-38, you guys in front. Michaela's getting ready to serve over here. What do you think about Sion's stance, where she's standing? Go from there.
I think she's just gonna try and rally until hopefully she finds a drop shot. But that's definitely her favorite thing. Just move the player around until she gets that ball she's looking for, and then we know she's going for that dropper. And also she can outlast, she can out-rally her opponent. So she got so many weapons, which is like super great, and she knows when to use them as well. So it's it's great. It's always the yep.
My favorite is the yep. Guys, we're gonna let him head back to the sideline and cheer. You are awesome, Noori. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Yep. Marcelo is gonna call a timeout right here. But Sion has had a conversation with Yelena.
Right now she's gonna, I think, use a little bit more spin, but that's okay. Like switch, make sure you add the work, okay, the legs. When I said she play flat, we change rhythm high on her forehand, she cannot get it, right? Like we play flat, that's good. Change the rhythm to her forehand, she tried to overhit it. Okay, make a move. Like she's struggling on moving. And whenever you gotta get the ball on the forehand, try to do your drop shot is great. Okay? That's okay.
Coach told her every time I'm back and then I see her back, I drop it. So she's gonna step up.
Yeah, but play the same game. Play the same game that we talked about just before. Keeping the one aggressive on your way, right? You know her game.
Do yourself. You got this.
Yeah, you got this. That's it. Exactly.
You're way better than her.
Exactly.
Sion, just an absolute competitor, moving from Australia to Spain when in her teens, when her tennis was taking off. Went to try to go play on the other professional tours, started to have a lot of success, got into the top 200s, but her body physically just kept getting injured left and right, and now just found a home here for Team Tampa in the Intense League in this format where just really works for her body, really works for her game. And when we talk about this format, you know, you look at the stats for the match, I mean, Tampa has only won 13 extra points, but it's a 22-point lead because of all the +2s that Sion has hit in their first bolt. So she is leading the way for her team.
Yeah, I love what Coach Yelena was telling Kelly earlier about there is no safe lead. Because as you said earlier, there was a 40-point deficit that we've seen that was able to just turn just like that. And that's the beauty about those 2-pointers. You get into a rhythm, you start feeling the ball, and all of a sudden that 40-point lead can diminish just like that. And so I totally agree with Coach Yelena. You just have to maintain the energy, maintain that focus, and just not give them an inch.
Yeah, great volley winner there by Sion. And if you want to try to hit some volley winners yourself inside the Intense Arena, you got your opportunity. We got one more challenge series coming up where you can also hit even forehand winners like that. Anybody can sign up to try to make it onto the challenge team. Thursdays and Fridays is the challenge series. Top 3 men, top 3 women make it on and get to be coached by coaches like Irina, who was out there yesterday giving it a shot. But gee, Sion right now is on fire. We got to talk about her and the interesting thing that she mentioned to Yelena in the timeout. It seems like she overheard Marcelo telling his team, hey, if you find yourself back, Sion's going to hit a drop shot, so crash the baseline very fast. Well, she takes note of that, so she stops hitting drop shots when she's inside of the court and started going more aggressive deep, catching them off guard. So very interesting because it helped her rack up some +2s. And what a point. Oh, Dillette's unfortunate. Great movement by Michaela. 67-41 for Tampa.
See, I love that point, though. Look at Sion Mendes. She's still got a smile on her face because she knows, okay, that's a 2-pointer. I still got the lead, and I'm just going to keep working it. She has to maintain that confidence right now because she knows she's playing some great tennis, and just the matchup is working really well. Michaela Gordon is trying to spice things up a little bit, throwing in a couple of more winners than in the first 2 bolts, and I think she's just getting a little bit more comfortable. But Sion Mendes seems to also getting just as comfortable, JY.
Oh, do you speak of the comfort level? That backhand looked nice and smooth. +2.
Fundamentally so sound on that technique. And just took her time. Big target.
Look at it sliding around. Oh, what a stud! Wow!
Get out of here. Noori Adam just can't even handle that. He spoke about Sion Mendes' physicality, and she's out there sliding on this hardcore like it's some red clay in France, JY.
Oh, gosh. She's just having fun right now, throwing in too many drop shots. Everything is going her way. She's just a different athlete. The way she's using her legs, her strength, she is on a different level compared to the other females right now. And that forehand sails long. Michaela looks to the side to see if she's going to get subbed out, but Marcelo keeps her in. And you can get in here as well by scanning that QR code. Get some of these seats here next week. It's our last week before we come up to season 2. So come in and check out in the Intense Arena, and we're going to have a quick timeout right here.
Just go drink.
Make sure you're fully warmed up.
Try to keep the lead. You play your game is great. I'm so tight.
Looks like we heard into Marcelo there, telling Trent to start warming up as the men's singles is coming up. And that gives a sign to me that Trent might be the leader today. BB King gonna give him a rest to try to get to doubles.
She was hitting the balls well because you're giving her the balls. You're better than that.
Yes, but not because my effort was poor.
It looks like that. Looks like that because I'm asking you to hit the ball higher and you're hitting the ball flat down. Hit a couple of higher balls and see what happens.
Yeah, and there you see Marcelo just saying, trying to figure out with Tanya right there. She's just giving him the pushback, like, I'm trying to do what you're asking. It's not my effort. And Marcelo saying, well, it doesn't look like that. And that's the hardest thing that a coach has to determine when a player's tired, they're physically feeling it. They had a long night. A lot was put on Tanya in singles and doubles. Sometimes if you just don't have it in you, you can try everything you want. It's just going to look bad.
Yeah, absolutely, JY. And I think a lot of people think, okay, they had a 7 p.m. match. Probably it ended around 9:35 last night, JY. You have to think press, media, the pictures, and then that's not even including the recovery, the ice baths, the treatment, the food, and then trying to then wind down and get ready for tomorrow, physically get ready, mentally get ready, and also on top of that, enjoy the win and try and enjoy this, what you have done that night. So yeah, there's a lot to be said, and I think it's very interesting to hear Coach Marcelo say that, and you can hear the struggle. You can hear Tanya just trying to plead with him, like, I promise you I'm trying.
Yeah, last 2 minutes here in women's singles. Tampa will take this women's singles portion before we get to men's singles. They'll lock in their $4,000. That's no way. Oh my God.
I was about to say that was gonna get me off my chair.
Yeah, if that goes in, that's just not right. That's just not right. That just, even if it goes in, you just say no. You've done enough. 76-46, 30-point lead for Tampa. And the men's will try to come in after. They're gonna have their portion of the match where if they win their portion, they win $4,000 while also adding on to the overall team portion where they're playing for the championship standings. And it's been the Sion Mendez Sunday Fun Day show. So if you missed brunch, hopefully you made it here because this is a fun afternoon.
You know, JY, you mentioned the fact that she is definitely of a different league in this league, Sion Mendez, and I think that also speaks volumes of being able to get to that top 200 level on the WTA Tour. She's obviously been at that level. We're getting down to the 1 minute left here in Bolt 3, but my goodness, it's just been an absolute masterclass right now.
And that's a tough part for Tanya. She worked so hard to win that point, quickly gives it right back.
Right.
So, you know, she didn't make Sion work, right? And that's the tough part. So Sion's going to be fresh to come right back in as Tanya makes a big push, get a few extra points. Yeah. And Tanya's just taking advantage of a big lead right there to just really try to wear Tanya down. They're going to take the women's singles. You just got to be careful. You're not too careless. Men's singles is coming up, and they will add on to this. She's just so strong from the corners, and there's Tanya playing bigger, but gosh. Oh, gosh.
I mean, everything. It was just working for Sion Mendez.
What a start for Tampa. You said it. It's going to be what happens in women's singles. If Tampa can get out to a huge lead, this is going to be really tough for Atlanta moving forward. We don't know how Kevin King's knee is going to be. Trent Bryde is warming up. He's going to be coming in. But Irina, let's try to take a look at some of these highlights here.
I mean, I'm going to feel like I'm repeating myself, JY, because it was just Sion Mendez reading the play, making really smart decisions. And it wasn't as though she was playing low percentage tennis. She was just making really smart calls using the entire area of the court. Michaela Gordon was able to come up with some good shots, but oh my gosh, Sion Mendez just finding shots like that the entire time. Impressive.
And how nice of Vicky Flores to give Sion a break so she can talk to Kelly.
That's exactly what she said to me. Let me go get her some water first, and then I'll come over and do the interview while she catches her.
I could give her a massage. I'll give her anything she wants right now, honestly. It's so amazing. I don't even have to play. That's when your teammate's playing so good. I mean, come on.
What was the most impressive part watching her slay?
She is so fast. I mean, she got to every single ball. She touches every ball. Not a single ball is gonna go past her. And she just locked in. It was amazing. She was just amazing today. Yeah.
But you did give her a breather there. What do you try to do when you're out there?
What do I try to do? I try to do whatever she just did, honestly. I try to just, be aggressive and, maybe stay up close, make him feel a little pressured. And then when she was good, I was like, you come back in. It's your day. And, yeah.
Put on your coaching hat for us and give us your best insight on what we have in store for us with men's singles.
Ooh, you know what? I think Sam Frizzell, he is always on, and everybody has to watch out for him. Noori comes in. Everyone knows his big serve. You got to watch out for that. I think we're ready for some good singles here.
Okay, so you feel good so far?
If you can't tell, I'm feeling great.
Enjoy it. Thank you so much, Vicky. So wonderful. And as she mentioned, it is men's singles on the way. Stay with us. The first bolt coming up.
Take a quick look at that match summary. Look at that first bolt right there. The other two are pretty close, but that 34-12, thanks to Sion and her performance. Wow, what a day, what a start for Tampa. Sion, men's singles are going to be coming up next when we come back.
I'm just trying not to mess things up. He's always trying to give me some grief.
Excited to compete against him. Good luck.
I know he's gonna be at his best as he wants to win.
There's not many people on this planet that knows my game more than Manny.
It was a learning experience, but it was fun.
It was great to play against him and also great to get a win over him.
Yeah, I think Intense in this format, it just provides a great opportunity for young players to really just to make a little bit of money.
Obviously, coming in not having won one yet, it makes you hungrier to win one. And time to bring it, time to get a win.
The Tampa is the team that you should be scared of, you know?
Oh.
So
okay.
Don't get too confident. Don't get too cocky.
It got super close in the end there. I'm just so proud of the team, first of all. Sam, amazing job in the men's singles.
I had a good game plan coming in, and I stayed within myself.
I'd like to take my hat off to Sam. I think he pulled out a few good shots at the right times, but in general, I just felt like it was an uphill battle.
The bench, we were so high.
It gives you energy, and then it helps you stay in it when it gets tough.
That was the main difference tonight.
Welcome back to the Intense Arena, this magical place right now that has created a new professional tennis team league format that has changed tennis forever. I'm J.Y. Obone, Irina Falcone-Hartman here. It has been an incredible start for Tampa with the championship on the line. Only one more weekend after this. Atlanta took first place right now, actually last night. But they have first place right now. Tampa, if they go undefeated the rest of the way, they got a shot as well, depending on how tiebreakers finish. And they are off to the start they want. Sam Frizzell is going to start for Tampa. BB Kevin King, he's going to be leading it off for them. Let's go to the coin toss.
Start of our men's singles bolts. Any questions before we get started? All right. Atlanta is the host team. Tampa to call. Tails is the call. It is heads. Serve. Serve. Atlanta to serve. Good luck.
And Atlanta is going to serve. I think Marcelo knows that we are listening in, and he just totally just got us by surprise. You know, I thought he was going to throw Trent in with the way he talked to him, but nope. He keeps things going. Looks like Kevin's knee is healthy enough after last night. He definitely looked good when they finished off in doubles. He's going to get things started for Atlanta. Sam Frizzell from Xavier. He's on the far side for Tampa. And there's Sam testing. That's not what, no way. Oh no.
Touch it.
No. Oh man, okay. So
even with one knee, he can still get it done at the net, JY.
But that's one of those bad shot, good shot, horrible shot. What are you doing? Put it away. Oh, even better shot. Wow, that's, I don't know if that's how you really draw things up if you're a coach, but that's a start Atlanta wanted. +2 right there, 78-51. We got 3 10-minute bolts here, but you see that 2-0 score. That's where the men's play for their share of $4,000 in their own portion of the match. Sam Frizzell right there. He's been leading it off for men's singles in Tampa for the last couple events, playing extremely well. Kevin King was a question mark last night, pushed through extremely well. Got that knee brace going on, and he showed that he was doing just fine. Played a great doubles, but the morning after is always the toughest, and he looks like he's good enough. And Sam's going to test that knee out all day.
Wow, I love that play. I actually don't mind it. That's 2 points with the drop shot that Sam Frizzell has lost, but I keep going. I keep going. You wouldn't just keep testing that knee. It's. I remember when I used to play, I mean, you knew that you had an opponent that maybe wasn't. You had heard whispers and rumors that, ooh, she's got a little niggle here. She's not feeling too well over here, and so you just really batter that down to see. Let's see how long that can withstand.
Well, and for Kevin, even though he's winning 4-2, won a couple points, he looks slow.
Yep.
The way he's moved to get ready from point to point looked slow. We'll see if it's just he just needs to get into his second win, but he played with a lot more energy last night, a little bit faster, a little bit more intensity, and he is definitely slowing things down as he tries to recover from point to point. But so far, it's working very well.
So my question to you is, do you feel as though he's just saving his energy because he knows he has to bring it for doubles, JY?
Maybe. We'll see. I know Kelly was trying to hear about some stuff with Kevin.
Well, I had to go to Marcelo because here's the deal. Kevin said to Luke last night, right? He avoided twice answering how the knee felt. And Marcelo said he's not going to tell you. He is not good, but he's never going to tell you that. He was better yesterday, though, guys, after having done some maintenance and some recovery following a Jacksonville match. You might remember JY 2 weeks ago. He said that was when it really fired up on him. But today, this time he's taking in between points, Irina, you nailed it. This is intentional. This is for him to ease his way as much as he can through as many points as he can in singles and still be ready for doubles. But you mentioned Trent Bryde. Yesterday when he came in that match, he missed about 7 or 8 points, and Marcelo said, I just can't have that. I can't have non-competitive points. So he is trying to figure out, I think, today, watching Kevin and how he recovers after a late match last night when he goes to Trent.
Kevin King, Georgia Tech alumni from Peachtree City, still living in Atlanta, working with the Georgia Tech team. Qualified for the Australian Open, got to about 160 in the world on the A2P tour.
We both qualified that year.
Both of you together?
Yeah, I took a picture. Yeah, it was actually really cool.
You took a Tech picture with the shirts there?
Actually, no, I don't think we were wearing Tech shirts.
You don't travel?
No, we were both sponsored by separate peeps. But
oh, you can't post a photo, but for yourself.
No,
yeah.
but I wanted to post it. Fellow Yellow Jacket, come on.
So you got to find what I would travel with was, even when Riley was with Fila, I would travel with my non-logoed Florida State socks.
Ah, okay.
So I had the socks, but there was no logo on it. So
okay.
I guess you didn't care that much about Tech to find it on Amazon, but all right, we'll let it go.
Clearly that was the case, you guys.
Yeah.
But no, it was actually really fun. There was also one time I believe he qualified for Wimbledon one year, and it was also when Chris Eubanks was kind of starting on, so I took a picture with both of them, and I actually grabbed a bench in the gym so I could be at somewhat relative height with them because the picture just looked very strange.
Yep. Well, I think that was a good move. Probably a good photo as well, and a good start for Kevin. 9-7, hanging in there. 5 minutes left in his first of 3 10-minute bolts. Only 16 points on the scoreboard, so they're definitely playing at a slower pace than what the women started. And as Kelly was mentioning, it's intentional. Go slow, take the time. That way you can work your way in and get to doubles. Don't see any limps. I mean, that was a big backhand from Sam. He just looks slow. I guess he's saying he touched it. I didn't really think he touched it, but as a player, you kind of know when you touch it, though.
I agree. I think he was just putting on a show, but Kevin King is one of the most honest guys I know, so he... Yep. Fellow Yellow Jacket here, I'm going to go tech all the way. So if he touched it, he really does believe that.
Yeah, I don't think Kevin's ever told a lie. Oh, +2 by Sam. 11-all.
Yeah, he stays away from the lies, right, guys? He just doesn't answer questions. I think that's the way to do it. But you've mentioned the slower pace. I mean, JY, Irina, talk about the strategy behind this, right? Less points means less falling behind or less getting this lead out of control. I mean, this is such a strategic move from Marcelo and Kevin King right now to get them to where they feel like they can really make up some ground in doubles.
I think it's a defensive move in men's singles. I think it shows a little bit of lack of confidence, and that's okay. I think as a team...
Sam Nicholson, right, didn't allow for this, but Sam Frizzell, a little bit of a different game tonight.
Right, Sam Nicholson plays that offense that it's hard for you to dictate play. But look, I think it's important for a team and a coach to know where my strong is and how can I position myself to take advantage of that. Atlanta, with the way things are, they are their best when they're at doubles, so they just want to keep it close to get the doubles, and so that's okay if they manage men's singles in a little bit of a more defensive fashion.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Kevin King's game, and I feel like we mentioned this as well, JY. When you do play against someone that is a little bit hurt, there's actually a little bit more pressure on you because you feel as though you should be winning every point. But look at the score. It's 13-all. Whether he's got one knee, whether he's not feeling great, I mean, he is keeping it as competitive and as tight as physically possible.
And for those of you joining us for the first time and you see the two different scores, 92-62, 14-13. So that first score, the 92-62, or 93 now, that's the overall team score that combines with all the women's singles, men's singles, and doubles. But then you have these matches in between that all count for their own prize money. So whoever wins this men's singles portion not only adds on to the team portion, but also if they win this, they get $4,000. So playing for two things at once. Kevin with the big slider out wide, 15-all. Just under 2 minutes here, but we do have one more weekend coming up. If you didn't come watch us this weekend in person, you can come out. This is a one-of-a-kind place inside of a movie studio. A tennis court was built. No one else has ever done it like Intense just did it. So come check it out and watch Kevin and Sam firsthand. But if not, thank you for watching us at Peachtree Sports Network and YouTube and on Twitch. And send us some questions in the chat, stream on Twitch. We're paying attention.
You know, JY, we actually mentioned the fact that Kevin King is taking his time. He's being very intentional with just really slowing things down. And if you're Sam Frizzell, never mind Noori Adam, who has been substituted here, just changing the things here. Completely ignore what I was about to say, JY.
I wasn't listening anyway, so.
Appreciate that.
18-17, so Noori coming in. He's the kind of player that is not going to allow you to do what you want. He's all power, sometimes finesse, but always on his terms. For better or worse, he's going to do it the way he wants to do it. Kevin's starting to go a little bit bigger on the serve, so he's trying to find that extra gear as we get under a minute.
He's got such a tough game to play against. Every time you're playing against a lefty, it's always going to feel uncomfortable, but he does so good with taking time away. Once he does get a short ball to the backhand, he puts a lot of pressure on the opponent to go open court, just like that. That was a forehand, though, but gosh, he does that so well. Once he's inside the baseline, it is deadly.
It's interesting. Noori came in, was a more aggressive player than Sam, but then Kevin now playing more aggressive, so he doesn't have to deal with. Wow, that's just unbelievable.
He even dropped the racket for that so they can give his teammates a fist pump.
Yeah,
Holy
that's a
cow.
nice way to mic drop into the end of the first bolt. A 3-point lead after that first 10 minutes there for Atlanta, but 97-71 overall. Kevin trying to play a little bit more aggressive. Will be interesting to see. He just asked Marcelo if there's going to sub him or keep him, but Irina, Let's look at these highlights from a very close first bolt.
You know, this was an interesting bolt, JY, because if you were to just look at Kevin King, you would probably think, oh, Tampa must have gotten away with this bolt. But my goodness, was he able to just produce a lot, being able to come forward and really make a lot of good choices at net, apply a lot of pressure to Sam Frizzell, and just make him hit shots like that to get him +2. But then Noori Adam coming in at the very last minute to not get this men's singles bolt for the Tampa team. But let's see what Coach Marcelo has to say with Kelly courtside.
Yeah, I had to pull him away from talking to Kevin King, but how did you feel like Kevin did there in that first bolt?
I mean, he did well. I feel like he started doing better towards the end, just kind of feeling the ball a little bit more. Still struggling a little bit with the injury, so we're just trying to come up with strategies that bring about his abilities without forcing the knee too much. So it's challenging, especially when you go in with such a deficit, right? So right now it's just really trying to encourage not only him, but the rest of the team. Let's just play 1 point at a time. Don't worry about the scoreboard. And, you know, let's see if he can get through.
It felt like he was intentionally slowing things down. Does that help you guys in a way with fewer points being played?
He wasn't, you know, like he's not really part of the strategy. Maybe he's just trying to slow things down because of the way he feels, you know, the knee's really bothering him.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. Guys, bolt 2 on the way, men's singles, and it looks like we might see Trent Bryde. We'll see when they get out here, right?
As we see Kevin there taking some deep breaths, closing his eyes, just trying to take it all in, allow his body to recover. And that was great. You know, a lot of times we're looking at things and we're trying to make our interpretations. And that was actually a call made by Kevin to play in that slower pace. That was not a very direct decision. And that's what's so important. We did discuss that last night, Irina, with the instinct that a player has to have when they walk into a court. What are things that they need to do, even if the coach didn't tell them? That's what makes you from a good player to a great player. And so we'll see how Kevin can manage it. 22-20 right now. Noori smiles on the far side from Sudan. Had to wait multiple years to get into a university after his junior career finished. Didn't have the funds to go to a school in the United States. Needed that full ride scholarship. Waited a long time to get into that call at New Mexico Military Institute before transferring to FAMU. Everybody around him for years was saying, just give up, just give up. Just go to school in Sudan. This is where your life is, and just figure it out from here. And he said no and no and no, and went against his parents' wishes and friends' wishes, and his dream finally came true. Been hanging around. You can understand why he's so happy with everything he's been able to accomplish, and now is the captain for Tampa.
Yeah, what an incredible story, and just how determined, because that pressure from friends, from family to say, hey, just stay here, this is where your home is, and then to be able to just believe in yourself that much to get that full ride, that's just incredible grit there by Noori Adam. A lot to smile about, JY.
A lot to smile about. It's hard to get him down even after a loss. He appreciates life, and he spreads that emotion to his team, always keeping them in good spirits as they're up 101-74 in the overall, but down 2 in the men's singles. There's that dropper we didn't see Sam use enough after he started with it. Just missed it. That was actually a beautiful one. Just missed it.
Didn't have to be that good, though.
No. Like you said it yesterday, right? The drop shot sometimes straight in the middle of the court, not used by a lot of players?
100%. I think it's one of the most underrated shot selections when it comes to drop shots, because you think, oh, I'm going to go cross here, especially just depending on where your opponent is. But it really does not matter where the opponent is when you hit the drop shot right into that middle alley in the middle of the court, because they just don't have an angle to work with. And even if they get it back, you're going to have time to make a decision for that next ball.
Noori looking to the bench to see if he's going to stay in. Great volley. Oh, just with his presence at the net, faking left, right, forwards that makes Noori think just why.
It's got to be so tough for someone like Kevin King, because, I mean, being at the net is his bread and butter, but Noori Adam's not really giving him a lot of opportunities to get to net. And even when he does, Noori Adam's able to come up with some incredible shots on the run.
I wonder how much longer we're going to see this matchup with the lefties sliding balls into Noori's backhand. That's his weakest shot. Lefties explode that side of the court very well. Problem is Trey Mallory, he's on the bench feeling better, but food poisoning yesterday. Had to miss that event. Danny Muminovic, incredible pickup at the last second to step in for him, but I think it's going to be all Sam Frizzell and Noori Smiles for Tampa. And right now, Kevin King is picking it up. Sam's getting ready over there. This might be one of Noori's last points. And that's just not confidence in the backhand. You can't lob that to Kevin King, one of the best overheads you're going to find in the world. Hit that passing shot. Don't give it to him.
And especially against a lefty forehand, he's got so much pace on it. But great call there by Coach Yelena to bring him back. Sam Frizzell, make it a little bit more competitive here.
You see already just a little bit of a better backhand return, just a little bit more pace through the court. Not perfect, but better than what Noori was doing. But right now, Marcelo's getting what he wanted out of Kevin, so I don't know if Trent's going to come in because they're cutting into the overall lead, also leading in men's singles.
And such a catch-22, JY, because if you're Sam Frizzell right now, you've got an over a 20-point lead. And so you're feeling, okay, I'm going to go for a little bit more shots now. But at the same time, you do not want to give Atlanta that feeling that they can crawl their way back into this match. Especially when you're playing against someone that just has one knee.
Yeah, but they're playing against BB.
You're right.
He's
actually lost age, like gotten younger here.
Look at that.
There
Both knees are back.
He needed that.
36-27, BB King bringing it back for Team Atlanta.
But then you just give it right back, JY. That's got to hurt if you're the coach right there. If you're Coach Marcelo, that's just got to,
But that's where the benefit of the +2. I think also the emotional lift he's giving his teammates right now. Even though he's not up by too much in men's singles, he's giving them an emotional belief that they can actually come back. Down 20, they were down over 30. And just with shots like that, if he's willing to put his body on the line, he's going to lift the spirits of the rest of his team. 37-28 in men's singles. Just missed it. And the legs just aren't quite there. I don't know if that's knee or fatigue. Hanging in there. We're going to get a timeout from Marcelo, probably just to give Kevin a breather.
Smart call there.
Good job, man. Good job. Okay, just two things. I think the plays you're trying to have, they're perfect. So nothing with this strategy. Try to hit the serve a little bit thinner. Because you want that ball curving more to the backhand. You're hitting the ball clean, but because it's not as thin, you're missing some serves deep. And when it comes to the +1 and +2, try to create just a little bit more shape to the backhand so your third ball is sitting up for you to attack. Breathe. You're doing great. Can you stay in? Okay.
But against you, he doesn't know which way is the best, right? So like, you can change, right? Okay. Let's go. And try as many stuff as you can. Let's go. Go. You got this. Come on. Let's go. Here we go, Tampa. All right, let's go, Tampa. Come on, go.
You could hear Marcelo there to Kevin King at the very end say, "You good?" I mean, it's the ultimate sign of respect. He has said at least 2 or 3 times over. You tell me when you can't go anymore, because he knows Kevin's going to go out here to the point of what you guys were talking about, give his team the ultimate emotional lift, because he is such a competitor. He is willing to put his body and everything else on the line for them. And you see him starting to get into a rhythm here. I think mentally he's believing there's not a problem with that left knee. I'm just fine. Benjamin Button it is, guys.
Backhand overhead angle, beautiful cut right there. +2 goes back to serve on the same side, 41-29. now only a 17-point lead in the team. It's getting closer. This is what Atlanta wanted. Keep it close to get to the doubles. And there's that lefty hook that Marcelo was asking him to open up the court a little bit more. Sam's just hitting a little bit too big through the court to really allow Kevin to open it up. Great point by Sam, one of the better ones he's played in the last few minutes.
Smart play there, just changing things up, putting a little bit more pace, finding himself inside the baseline, put a little bit more firepower on that forehand. You know that Kevin is going to be able to go high-heavy on the forehand all day.
Great job by Sam there, just his determination. He has missed some of those high backhands above the shoulders, trying to take him on the rise earlier. Stuck with it, great shot. You see it just get off the line thanks to our friends at Bolt 6 to show us there. A couple points in a row now for Tampa. 2.5 minutes left in the second of 3 10-minute bolts. Serving volley. What are you doing, Sam? Stay back.
You know, I was thinking the same thing. There's been a couple times where he's tried to hit the drop shot, and I feel like as though he's trying to reinvent the wheel there. That's not part of your game. If that's something you're trying to work on, I commend you on that, but you can just tell that he does not feel comfortable hitting that shot at all.
This is something I don't understand. This is what brings you from a great player back down to a good player. But I never understood. Are you bored of winning? Are you bored? Like you're just winning too many points, so you just need to do it in a more difficult way? Just keep winning, man. We're here to win.
And I think, you know, he was so inspired by Sion Mendez's use of the drop shot that he's like, I gotta try some of this because it just looks so easy for her.
Yeah, 42-35, big forehand right there. Come on, Sam, stay back. Come in for putaways. All right, it's all right. That's his type of point, though. 113-92. Coming down to the last minute here. Kevin's going to be looking to play 2 full 10-minute bolts. There's that energy on that serve, hitting it thinner like Marcelo asked. Just misses that inside-out forehand.
You know, JY, just watching this from here, it actually takes me back to my Tech days. Me and Kevin actually came in the same year in 2008 to Georgia Tech. He was playing for Coach Kenny, who is now still the head coach at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, our years overlapped.
Yeah, they must have.
Yeah,
they must have.
I was at FSU 06-10.
Oh, okay.
Our team played against Kevin, which we won. I didn't play against Kevin, though, and I did lose my singles match. So, but team won.
Okay, well.
Sorry, back to your story.
Bud.
We got 30 seconds for
Way
your
to
story.
make it about you, JY. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, honestly, watching this, it kind of hurts my heart here. I really want to cheer on, like, let's go Yellow Jackets, because I could see that he's in pain, but I think the warrior in him is just giving Atlanta a chance right now.
Well,
it's incredible.
You can pull Kirk Herbstreit after Ohio State wins a national championship and say how much it means to you, so that's okay. If he does it, you can do it. So, and this is going to be the last point of the second men's singles bolt. 45-39. Kevin hanging in there, keeping it close for Atlanta. Trent Bryde's been waiting for his opportunity, but Kevin's playing just good enough, and his knee hanging in there. Doesn't look like it's getting any worse. Tampa trying to figure out Sam or Noori, but if Kevin's in there, you know, we'll look at some highlights as they try to find Noori back in. That beautiful just wide right there as Kevin's just forcing the net. He loves to come in, just some bad lobs. You do not want to lob Kevin right there because that's just what he does so well. Putaways like that, does extremely well. Look at those stretch volleys. I mean, he's just, when he gets up there, he is such a force. You know, and Sam tried to hit some good passing shots, but right there, it's just too good. I mean, Kelly, you've been watching this unfold courtside. Kevin looks tired over there, but I wouldn't be shocked if they put him back in.
That's exactly why he's not standing right here beside me. A little bit tired, trying to catch the breath. Marcelo kind of giving me the not at the moment. Let him get ready because it appears as though he's going to head right back out here for the third bolt. Trent Bryde is warming up right now. That's why I can't ask him about what do you think about the job Kevin King's been doing so far, but I know he'd be very impressed. He is ready to go in. I told you, Marcelo's thought behind all of this was let's see how long Kevin can give me everything Kevin Kevin has and set us up to getting back in this thing come doubles. But it is an interesting way of thinking about it strategically, right, guys? Because you mentioned you still want to have him at his best for doubles. But I think right now Kevin is doing an unbelievable job of playing his game at the speed that he wants to and getting himself, if nothing else, just loosened up, right, for doubles. So let's get back out to the third and final bolt of men's singles.
Yeah, it's going to be huge to set the tone if Atlanta can keep it close, because women's singles was on fire for Tampa, and then Quinn Gleason for Tampa is waiting her turn. WTA doubles star brought in for the doubles specifically, as Tampa's been winless on the season. So Tampa is waiting for that, and if Tampa can give them a big enough lead so that when Kevin King comes on the court, they have a cushion, that's their goal right now. But Kevin is just slowly chipping away Sam Frizzell in on the far side, trying to increase Tampa's overall lead. But also, $4,000 is on the line in the men's singles portion. So they're trying to play for that as well. Nine and a half minutes left, final bolt in men's singles. Sam Frizzell on the far side. Still at Xavier, 2 more years there, going up against Kevin King, graduated from Georgia Tech, played on the ATP Tour, trying to lead Atlanta right now. First place in the Intense League, only 1 more weekend to go. They're trying to maintain that position. For Tampa, if they can go undefeated the rest of the way, they got a shot. Even after a horrible start in the first couple weeks, they have been balling, and they are in it right now, but Kevin is just pushing as much as he can right now.
Yeah, I love watching Kevin King get inside the baseline. You know why, JY? Just because you have no idea what he's going to do with that forehand. He does so well with disguising it. He can really hook it with that leftiness and go inside out with it. Does such a good job with just making the right choices, especially inside the baseline.
There's that good hook forehand that Marcelo was asking. And next week, we're going to be crowning the Intense League champion. Come see that in person. You can scan that QR code every week, and we've been having sold-out events, so don't be too late, because the crowns will be put on the heads of somebody. So come watch it in person. 49-41 Atlanta men's singles. 8 minutes left. That's it. Good passing shot. That's tough. Good passing shot. Good play by Kevin. Just better defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that ball just got a little bit below the net, and Kevin just wanted to just stick it too much there.
Just long. Just missed it. Good hit.
And JY, you were mentioning that Sam Frizzell, he's got 2 more years left in college, and you just have got to think that he's got to be coming in that junior year at Xavier with just so much confidence, knowing that he was able to play at this level for another 3 months out of the year. Because, you know, I understand if you're playing on the ITF Tour, the Challenger Tour, the ATP Tour, it's very tough. There's going to be weeks where you get 1 match in 2 weeks or 2 matches in 2 weeks, and that's just not enough. And so what Intense has been able to do for college players while they're still in college, coming out of college, I wish I had this when I was coming out.
I know. Yeah, I've been jealous in a way that makes me angry that I was born earlier in many ways. What these college players are getting paid when they're in college, I won't get into that. But you know, what you hit at, also what happens to a lot of college players is it's expensive to travel. They have to pay for everything themselves, but not in the Intense League. They take care of the players. They take care of the expenses. You make money when you play here. So, and you get to train and travel together as a team. It's a much more enjoyable format. So the experience, they can play because they're allowed to play. A lot of college players choose not to because they can't afford to. When they go back home, they don't have the same training environment, so they actually don't improve in the summers. And so then it's discouraging when they go back to school. Sam, I expect a big year when he comes back to Xavier. Yeah, big passing shot right there. Sam's going to try to serve pretty fast. One of those new rules that anybody can experience at Intense. We got a challenge series coming up. Anybody can sign up for it by scanning that QR code. next Thursday and Friday, our last Challenge Series event. As we have a question here about...
Girl was in the middle of the court. We're going to replay.
I don't even know what the question was about.
I know she was
Kelly,
in the middle of the
fill
court.
me in.
A little bit upset that there was still an intensifier on the side of the court of Kevin King when that last Sam Frizzell serve took off. So, just not thrilled at the rules right now, okay, JY? He's not thrilled.
No, he's got
Marcelo not happy?
I know, right? Shocker.
If there's an intensifier on the court, you cannot start to point. So it's the one thing that would stop somebody from playing at the true server's pace is when something is happening that's on the court that can harm the players that do not want to play with intensifiers or the balls on the court. 53-46.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, JY. Christina McHale, I know she played here a couple of weeks ago, and I've known Christina McHale for longer than I want to say on air, but we've known each other for a minute, and she's one of those players that she likes to take her time. She has her routine. There are certain things that she does in between points, and so when she told me about the Intense League, I was just thinking, I was just like, yeah, I think there's a certain type of player that really thrives in this environment where you have to not necessarily rush to the next point, but there's not really time to think. There's not really time to have that 15-20 second routine that you typically would have on the other tours, and that's actually benefited so many players. I was talking to Vicky Flores yesterday, and she was telling me, she's like, I asked her, so do you feel as though the Intense League and the way that this format is played, has it affected you positively, negatively in your overall tennis game? And she said, you know what, I think it has helped me a ton. And the reason why is because I don't think on the court. I just react, and I think that speaks volumes of what this league is doing to these players.
Absolutely. Under 5 minutes left in this final men's singles bowl, 56-48. Winner would take $4,000, 56-49. So 126-105 in the overall score, 127 now for Tampa. But a 7-point deficit for them in men's singles to try to get their share of $4,000. Going behind him, sneaky, inside out, even got me. I thought the easy play was just continue to put Kevin on the run, but he said, no, I want to create more pain.
I'm just glad he didn't go for the drop shot, JY.
As long as he didn't come to the net. That's my thing. You need drop shots. Don't come to the net, Sam.
Sam, we love you. Just stick with
to your
what works.
strengths. Yeah, yeah. Timeout.
Whenever he bring you outside, you know it's fine. It's like keeping the one aggressive, I don't care. Even though sometimes you're close to the line, save it too flat. I know it's tough, but like a little bit if you can accelerate your hand. I'm not gonna tell you to do one-on-one, but almost. Like anytime that you try to rally to your backhand cross, you have such a good backhand down the line, use it. Don't go for big, but you see you just make a run just now, and then you change, you went back to the other side. That was great, you see, he's gonna hit really flat. Everything's super fast, so just be aware of that, that's it. He's not gonna go drop shot, everything is flat, baseline, okay? Let's go.
Position to step in, create more margins, that's it. Let's go. Body serve, body plus one. Yes, yes, yes.
57-51. Marcelo and Kevin confirming who serves, because if you win the point, you serve. So there can be a lot of changes on who's serving in this format. That's good hitting there by Kevin. Sam moving well, but Kevin's hitting backhands like that. That's scary. But you know, one thing I've noticed, no serving volleys from Kevin. You know, he's not using that short kick out wide as much as he was yesterday.
But once again, JY, you got to wonder whether you're not seeing that serve and volley, because Sam Frizzell has one of the best backhands I've seen in the league right now, and I feel as though he is timing Kevin's out wide serve, especially on that deuce side. He's timing it exceptionally well. So when you're not feeling 100%, as we all know Kevin King is not, he's not going to feel as though his body can, oh, never mind. I'm just going to stop.
I led you to it, so it's a push-up
I feel like
each.
you got to do push-ups there.
Yeah, I started it. But look, you know what? I've seen this many times when the coaches and players actually listen to us. They seem to do better. So 61-52 plus 2.
That's 2 in a row.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness.
You're welcome.
All right,
You're
so
welcome.
everybody listening, just believe I didn't say anything for the last minute and a half. All right, great. Thank you.
2 minutes left. Marcelo, if you want to hire me as an assistant, just give me a shout. Happy to do it.
3 in a row. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Okay, so clearly he just does the opposite of what okay, that's the play there. That's a wonderful jump there by Kevin King.
11-point lead in men's singles, trying to get to $4,000.
4 in a row.
One of the few opportunities we've seen to be able to call out when the serve hits the net and goes in. We play it. That was also the first time I saw Kevin limp when he tried to stop himself into that serve and volley. But I will not doubt Kevin after what he did last night with how he handles his body. Limping, nothing, until I see him fall down on the floor.
He just called himself a timeout.
Yeah, and good. Minute and a half left, might as well. You can't take him with you. Let's see if it's just for rest or any coaching talk that's going to happen there between the teams.
I knew he was going to take that return on the rise. That's why I told you to stay back. You came in 3 times, he was going to expect that. It's all good. Come on. You got 90 minutes to really put a dent on this, man. Really put a dent.
90 minutes is a long time, man.
Huh?
90 minutes is a long time.
90 seconds, right?
I love that they're still able to joke, JY.
If he's too low, go back across. If he's good, you go down the line. Okay? But on the due side only. On the outside, I just want to say, being aggressive. He did a good shot. Okay, make him play. Whenever you return that ball, strong in the middle of his body. Don't know what you can do. Okay? Especially on your backhand over there. He's gonna push you. Go step in. Cross court.
90 seconds left, not 90 minutes, Marcelo, for Kevin to push through so that the women's doubles will come up next. See if he can solidify that $4,000. Sam's gonna try to get into that. He wants that cash in his pocket while also maintaining the overall team lead. He's playing a little bit faster. Dude, listen, listen. Trying to help you.
He saw Kevin King do it.
Yeah, let him do it.
It's
Good.
true. He's got about a foot on him, too.
There's that fast-paced serve. Even though he's got the lead, he was serving volley. I'm going to throw a shoe at him.
That would call the ball out, so I wouldn't.
Hey, maybe he needs a wake-up call. So he's trying to rush there. Can't understand him, can't blame him. So for those of you see the 2 different scores, 134, 115, but 66-57. There's that men's singles portion, which when these players win their categories, they win $4,000. So Sam's also trying to win the team portion, but also trying to get the $4,000 that he's got 15 seconds left to get. Couldn't get a +2 right there. Time's gonna run out.
Are you kidding me?
Well, it gets that +2.
Wow.
Is he gonna try to sneak in another one? He did, gives it right back, but that's a little bit of the push and pull between the team and the men's singles. Kevin has his hands on his hips. Incredible performance right there. All 3 singles bolts once again. Last night, Trent even played a little bit. This time, all Kevin. That was absolutely incredible. I mean, Irina, that was impressive by Kevin.
I mean, I have no words. I am just so impressed at the grit, the determination, that willingness to just compete for the team. And so I just think that it's so incredible. If you're teammates, if you are Michaela Gordon, if you are Tanya, you are watching his performance and you got to deliver for your teammate right there. And it's just been incredible to watch.
Yeah, just a great job right there. It's been the Kevin King story. Before women's doubles coming up, he's going to take a quick breath and just tell us how he's feeling right now with Kelly.
Yeah, it pains me to even bring him over here. Watching him try to catch his breath right now, but I'm going to ask you a question anyway about how you feel like you are playing out there and the difference of those men's singles bolts.
Yeah, I felt okay out there. I felt like there was some I left on the table. Could have done better. I don't think I executed the way I wanted to, but I felt like I competed well and gave it everything I had. Had the team supporting me big time, crowd supporting me. So overall decent. Want to get more.
Where does that warrior mentality come from? I mean, Marcelo said you're never going to tell any of us that you may not be 100%, but you lifted your team today by being out there. What does that mean to do for them?
I mean, the whole team's been supporting everyone, lifting everyone up. I think every time we come out, it's a different person stepping up. So I'm just trying to do my part today. I know the girls are going to step up here and give us the best chance to come back.
You cut into the lead a bit of it, the overall lead a bit. What needs to happen now, Kevin, you feel like in doubles to really get back into this?
Execution. That's the big thing. I think we have a great game plan. I think we're getting into our strength now in the doubles. It's going to come down to executing under pressure.
All right. Well, Marcelo said it. You guys play real doubles, so we can't wait to see it.
Let's go ATL.
There you go, guys. Doubles on the way. Kevin King, what a joy to watch out here. It is the women's doubles coming up the first bolt next.
As we look at that match summary, just barely winning every single bolt, but every point counts. That won the $4,000 in men's singles, but also chipped away at the overall team portion. So those 7 extra points are going to help them, give them a shot. But you look at that women's singles, it's still Sion leading the way with that performance. Huge. And now 138-116 as we get ready to come back for doubles after this break.
How you guys feeling for today? Great. Yes. Awesome. We're about to meet you guys. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
We're about halfway through the season now.
Surprises.
I knew it was going to be really loud. I didn't know we were going to have cowbells, like clackers, and horns going on. That's probably the most surprising thing to me.
Fans are finally able to express themselves and also be difference makers.
Get him a shovel. We can handle tennis rackets.
It surprised me how much you can use it to your advantage.
Let's go, Atlanta.
You see people trying to mess with the opposing team's serve.
That energy is really fun to play in it.
We learned how to be really energetic and how momentum can take you through the entire match.
Being a good team player comes forward in this format.
The one thing to focus on, I think, as a team is just being super hype on the sidelines.
When I'm going down the score, if my team gets Pride, that's where I'm feeling like, ooh, something's fishy going on.
If you're not having fun out there, if you're not smiling, cheering on your teammates, you're not going to get the same out of it.
What is going to make us better this second half of the season, that now the team is very united.
We had already been training together, so going on road trips and going to dinners, you get to meet them and you get to know them a little better.
Let's go!
We've gotten a lot of momentum as the season's continued.
People are getting more relaxed on the court, and I'm thinking, oh, suddenly I've got this pressure.
We don't want to reinvent the wheel.
We're hungry for some more wins.
The fans can only expect the level to get stronger and stronger as the weeks go on.
Welcome back to the Intense Arena, new professional team league format, first season of Intense. It is on the line. We have one more weekend after this. First place Atlanta versus Tampa coming up. Tampa, if they can go undefeated the rest of the way, they have a shot. But Atlanta, they can maintain their first place lead with a huge advantage going into the final weekend. Women's singles in Tampa, they got an incredible performance. And then Kevin King cut that lead by 7. I'm J.Y. Obona, Irina Falcone-Hartman. It's been a show.
It has been a show, and good Lord, we were talking about it off air. Kevin King has just been incredible. Just that grit, that warrior mentality, that team mentality. It's just been incredible to watch. And as a fellow Yellow Jacket, I'm definitely biased over there. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how Tanya and Michaela Gordon come out and really build on that momentum.
Yeah, well, we're going to see right now in women's doubles who's going to lead the way. as Tampa's going to try to maintain their lead. No shocker, Quinn Gleason's going to be put in play with Vicky Flores after their great performance yesterday. Michaela Gordon and Tanya Sosnowskaya, they also had a great performance in doubles, and we said it, women's singles would be the first priority, and then women's doubles, and Marshall will lead us there.
All right. Welcome to the final doubles bolts. Any questions? All right. Yelena is our host. Tampa to call.
Heads, please.
Heads is the call. It's tails. Chief, Tampa to serve. Good luck.
The coin toss is done. Tampa to start. Quinn Gleason, Mighty Quinn. Notre Dame alumni flying in yesterday, 3 a.m. after her flight was canceled. Early call, made it just before the match. Great start against the challenge team. I think, Irina, you got a front row seat at her performance.
Yeah, that was not enjoyable because we played against them, and so that was tough. But you can see there that was already a +2. I was actually going to bet you, JY, how much you want to bet Quinn was going to poach off the very first point. That's the kind of pressure that you're going to see from Quinn Gleason today. She's just one of those forces at net. She will just continue to keep going. And so yesterday, when we played the Tampa team, man, that was not super enjoyable because she just showed us a master class at what she's been able to do on the doubles tour, on the WTA tour, and so she's just bringing that action into the Intense League here.
Yeah, 4-0 to start for Tampa, 142, 116 in the overall. Women's doubles 10 minutes, men's doubles 10 minutes, then mixed doubles to finish. And this is where all the points can be really racked up. 94 were racked up by by Atlanta last night. So this, I can't do that math right there off the top of my head, but this lead can definitely be cut down. I'll leave it at that.
I think it's 25.
Come on, you go to tech. You should know that.
Yeah,
I went to Florida State. I mean, so sport management, you should know that math. Come on.
You're right.
Michaela Gordon on the near side, Stanford graduate. Big forehand, good poach. That's where you want to be as your doubles player, making a big impact. But if there's one thing that doubles players, net players really don't like, the heavy topspin, the dippers, that your eyes have to follow that up and down. Heavy forehand, that's tough. A lot of times it's the line drives that players have an easier time reflecting back.
I agree, and you also have to think about the fans that can be as loud as possible. They can be doing all kinds of things to kind of distract you when you're at net. But there was no distraction there with Vicky Flores putting that ball away, making it untouchable there for, unreachable, excuse me, for Tanya Sosnowskaya.
Yeah, and you mentioned that the fans here, they can scream and shout however they want. There's no rules other than as long as you don't insult the player, but this is like the other sports leagues. They can have all the fun. They can really be a part of it and make an impact. 7-3 for Tampa, 7.5 minutes left. Tanya's to serve for Atlanta on the near side. Big backhand right there.
Absolutely incredible backhand there by Vicky Flores, and Quinn Gleason was ready to go off of that.
Oh, just missed that +2 opportunity. Quinn trying to just hold Michaela there, invest for the long term. Michaela held steady, but missed a big opportunity right there.
I do feel as though Vicky Flores is really coming in together with that serve, putting a little bit more pop in it, really utilizing her legs, getting inside the baseline when she lands.
Yeah, then just like you mentioned it, big serve right there with the little touch. Doesn't get the +2, gets the +1 though. Smiles right there for Tampa. It's a little quiet for the home crowd for Atlanta right now. Also quiet on the bench. This big moment right now to make a push to cut into this. Thought that volley was actually going out by Quinn.
It was, yep, it was. A little bit unlucky there by Michaela Gordon, but great play there by Vicky Flores and Quinn Gleason. Just once again, I feel as though they communicate really well on the court, and they're just aware of where each other are standing on the court.
All the more impressive, they played together for the first time yesterday, never even practiced together before, and they look like a team right now. +2, Quinn, Notre Dame, Fighting Irish, let's go.
of these players for Tampa are deuce side players, but naturally Quinn, she's taken lead on that side, and she said, but we're going to play a lot of I formation because of that. She wants to see Vicky get aggressive. Right now it appears they have, but I stepped up just to introduce myself, JY, to Quinn because I had not met her yet, and I said, hi, nice to meet you, and she goes, we're in the middle of talking strategy. Could you come back in a moment? No, I'm just kidding. She's really nice. But I was just thinking they were chit-chatting, but they were deep in conversation about strategy, specifically a lot of I formation. So first time out here for what sounds like Marcelo, guys.
So here's the thing. A lot of the shots that we hit and missed, they were the right shots. Okay, so that's a check. Okay, we just gotta make sure that we don't feel the need to do more with those shots than necessary. Okay, that's not a freaking. She's good at the net, but good, not amazing. So we don't need to feel like we need to hit a torpedo to be able to get past her. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. When you feel like you have a ball to put away and you don't see the openings on the side, go at them in the middle and let them see if they communicate. But a lot of times I want to see you guys going for this and lobby, okay? When it comes to serving, let's go more body. Especially on Quinn, she likes the backhand. So you need to go more forehand body. Let's try to take our time on our serves, okay? I do want you to stay back when she's serving, okay? Hey, don't feel, girls, don't feel overwhelmed. Don't worry about that, okay? Have some fun, come on. Relax.
I actually really like that because I think that kind of alleviates a little bit of pressure, especially when, you know, we've been hyping up Quinn Gleason so much because, I mean, it's earned. Absolutely, but if your opponent's there, you can't respect your opponents that much to where you feel as though you have to do something spectacular. And I think when you kind of humanize your opponents, it just frees you up a little bit to just, all right, I'm going to play my game. I'm going to play what works, and I'm going to make the right choices because it's very common, as I'm sure you know, when you play someone that's a little bit better, all of a sudden you start feeling, all right, I got to play not within myself. We saw that with Sam Frizzell in the singles where he started hitting drop shots trying to come in. That's just not his game style.
Ed got hit off a volley on the fly, wondering if he was going to get a warning right there.
She didn't say 4.
Good one.
Been waiting to throw a golf joke all day.
That was good, but I'll tell you what I loved about Marcelo there and what he said was the way he said it.
Yep.
And the ability, shows the great coach he is, to change his tone of voice. Earlier in the match, he was more aggressive, more forceful, trying to get what he wanted out of it. Understand there's not a lot of time left, can't have the players panic. Talk to them calmly, calm them down, talk to them softly, even said to have a little bit of fun at the end. It's a great coach to, within the same day, same moment, understand that when do you speak and how do you speak and how do you say it. And Michaela responds very well with a +2 right there.
I think it's the right call, though, by Tanya Sosnskaya and Michaela Gordon. They're playing 2 back, and I like this because it just gives Michaela Gordon an opportunity to come at net on her terms. And Tanya is actually the one that wants to be at net. You can see there, she's the one that's rushing in. She's the one that wants to make an impact. And I think when you have that ability to feel as though you have less pressure to come to net and you're not just a sitting target at the net, I think that just alleviates even more pressure, JY.
Well, the person I'm thinking about right now is Jonathan Stokey. Do you know why?
Why?
The amount of balls I've seen missed wide today would literally give him a heart attack.
You know, I actually was watching a broadcast, and I remember I could see the fumes actually coming out of his ears every time someone was missing wide. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
No one's playing through the middle here. No one, like, as soon as one volley is made, they try to go for a down-the-line winner in doubles. They're so afraid of working the court and just hanging in there. It's actually quite incredible there. As the clock ran down, 17-13, Tampa increased their team lead by 4. They had a 12-point lead in the doubles, 155-129 in the overall.
I will say that I think that the reason, I think that's what Coach Marcelo was hitting at, is that they're not going middle because they are respecting the net players so much, both Vicky Flores and Quinn Gleason, so much that they feel as though they have to go for those down-the-line shots. They must have hurt you, though, JY.
I'm telling you.
Oh.
It's okay.
In a different life, I coached a little bit. Last 2 minutes, women's doubles, men's doubles coming up next. 156, 130. But in the overall doubles, the teams are also playing for their share of $4,000, +2 by Michaela. Returned down the line, but it actually hit the singles line. So you didn't go for this perfect shot right there, and it still worked.
Love to see it, and that just keeps someone like Vicky Flores, who likes to have a lot of impact at net. It kind of freezes her a little bit, not feeling as comfortable to poach on that next shot.
Big forehand by Tanya, trying to bring her team back. 19-17, Atlanta crawling back. Crowd getting behind them.
Oh, use the net tape there to help her out. Another +2, 1 minute left here for Team Atlanta to make a dent here. 19 all in this women's doubles bowl. Another one, JY. They're on a roll here.
They've taken the lead, 21-19.
Go to middle. Smart play there by Michaela Gordon, going right at the feet in between Vicky Flores and Quinn Gleason.
Great job right there, 22-19 in the doubles, last 20 seconds. The energy's coming up from both sides of the court. Quinn, look at that, going down the line, but through Tanya, right at her, not trying to play with that alley, and it worked, almost knocked her down. The energy's picking up, great volley by Vicky. She's moving around. She's everywhere right now. Oh, Michaela slips. That was just a great moving around. Unfortunate. I think she actually had a play on it. Let's see, she landed on her left elbow. She's smiling though, so I think she'll be okay. That was tough, but what a finish right there by both teams. And we'll go down to Kelly, who's got a special message for us.
Yeah, what a tight first bolt. Tampa just edges out Atlanta there in the women's first bolt. Tight match. But it was touch and go whether Vicky Flores would even be on the court today, guys, because of the mind games going on before this match.
Welcome to Team Tampa's locker room. We have everything, literally everything. When they have no couches, we took all their towels, all their tissues.
We need 1 couch per person over here. I don't think they should have.
Someone's going to jail today. Team Tampa, I'm coming. You're under arrest for the theft and appropriation of Atlanta's equipment. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have your coach at your trial. And do you want to say anything?
I need my lawyer.
That Vicky Flores, that Team Tampa, boy, they came in ready to play today, didn't they? I mean, on the court and off the court, but we have a great match here in front of us, don't we, guys?
Absolutely. Great energy. Vicky, the spark that came in week 4 for Tampa, trying to give them their first win. She succeeded, came back here in week 5.
I got you.
And she is moving forward right now. Sion got them off to a great start. Back and forth there in women's doubles as the men's doubles are going to be coming up next. Kevin King going to keep pushing through alongside Trent Bryde. Those two, after Tanya and Michaela last night did a good job of getting started, Kevin and Trent really came in and racked up +2s. And they're going to try to do it again today as they are down 23. How's that math?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, all right,
Well
give me an A. Gold star on my forehead when I leave tonight.
FSU, baby. Woo.
Amen to that. How did that feel saying that?
Well, I'm a Florida girl. I remember when I was like 15 or 16. I got a recruiting letter from there.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Why?
The hell were you doing? You should have gone to Florida State. You could have been on the same team.
Yeah, but I mean, nah, it's fine. I chose well.
Yeah.
Brian Shelton is a pretty good coach. Last time I checked. He's doing all right.
All right.
Only coach to have a female in a men's national championship, so yeah.
Fair response as we get started in the doubles. Sam Frizzell +2. We're going to move on from Another thing that we learn about each other's past. Can't believe he turned down Florida State, but that's okay. Big serves by Noori, and this is where when his power comes in, when he starts serving first, it can be really tough because on this court with the grit, the way the spin jumps, it can be really tough, but if he doesn't make it, it doesn't matter.
He's still smiling though.
Look at that. You see that goal Knowles in that chat right there? Could have been you, Irina.
Yeah, I'm curious who FSU Tennis 93 is.
An absolute legend,
Is that
27-23. Is it Noel? We're all teammates. We're one big happy family. Biggest Seminole club is in Atlanta. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
That's right. That's why I lived here for 12 years, but Trent's going to have to go somewhere else to find the strings on that forehand volley. 28-23, 9 minutes left in men's doubles. 166-139. They're playing for both. Let's see if Atlanta can crawl their way back.
A little bit of a choppy start here for both teams.
Yeah, it seems like there was big energy in that women's doubles, and then I think now coming out, the energy dropped. They weren't able to maintain that. Atlanta women made a big push, but Atlanta men now, hey, they need to step it up. Good inside out. How many times did we see him use that yesterday? In a way, it was kind of ridiculous. He missed 3 of like the worst ones, but he also made 3 of the best ones against your team.
Yeah, no, trust me, it didn't feel good because we talked about it. There's a couple players that have been watching Noori Adam play all the entire summer, and they were just saying, we haven't seen him play like that the entire season, and he decided to play just lights out yesterday.
There's that forehand that Trent wants. That's so tough to handle at the net. When he's got that kick serve going, this is where Kevin can pick it off and rack up the +2s and fill up the stockings. 30-27, just under 8 minutes. Mixed doubles coming up after to finish today off. That's that jumpy kick on this serve. That terrible forehand you do not want to see.
Yeah, I just feel as though Trent Bryde was a little, rushed a little bit too much there.
Trying to force that. It's a presence of Noori at the net with his long wingspan. Forces that backhand return wide. The energy's picking up for Tampa. Atlanta, not sure where it's going to come from. They need to do something here. Getting some gifts from Sam.
This is definitely not the best doubles I've watched in a minute, JY. I just feel as though Tampa's feeling, I actually have no words right now. It's just very choppy. It's not, there's not a lot of action going on in terms of making the right decisions. Just a lot of errors from both sides. I
think this is part of the hangover from last night, even though it was a happy hangover for Atlanta. Just all that energy that had to be put in to come back and make that effort, make that push. It's hard to maintain that emotion for so long in a short amount of time. And you see the gift back from Kevin with the 1-serve rule. Only get 1 chance. Big forehand right there. That's how he gets it back. You see a little bit of a fist pump, but I think Trent needs to be the energy right now.
Yeah,
Kevin's done a lot. Trent needs to be the energy right now to step up. He needs to be the screaming and the yelling.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yesterday, Trent Bryde was able to come up with some of the best serving that he's had the entire season, and Kevin King was just a force at the net, JY. So I'm sure it's going to pick up very soon here.
There he is, Trent stepping up. You see him bounce after winning that point, run backward, looks to his seam, said, let's go, 32-33. There's that move, +2 right there. He screams at the bench. Kevin's getting fired up. They're bringing the energy. Marcelo's asking the crowd to get it up. They got the lead in doubles.
There it is.
Bunch of points in a row. This is what got them to win last night. Trent serving, Kevin King finishing it off.
It'll be interesting to see whether Coach Yelena decides to go for a timeout. I think if Tampa would have lost that point there, JY, that would have been a smart call there. No lead is safe. Yeah, it's just too good there. You know when both Trent Bryde and Kevin King are at net, you know that Kevin King's just going to take over there. Smart play going right at the feet at Noori Adam.
37-34. Kevin to serve. See if he can get up with his legs. Not a lot of legs into it, but a lot of arm, and it worked out. Randy Johnson slider, throwing it in, turning into Andy Pettit.
It's a lot of sports references today, JY. I think he hesitated there. He probably thought that was going to go out.
Me too.
Yep.
173, 154 in the overall. Good move by Sam, but misses it. We saw Martin Gutierrez, a few of those +2 misses last night. That came back to haunt him. Sam missing that one. The momentum continuing for Atlanta. They're bouncing back. They're getting fired up. Noiri's looking to the sideline. He feels Atlanta coming. And that's the response they want.
See, I love it though. Kevin King had no problem getting hit there, JY. He was ready to go. He's not wanting to give Tampa those 2-pointers right now. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Oh my.
I just said he didn't want to give him the 2-pointers. Good Lord.
And that's
I
right.
haven't seen that in a minute.
And Intense, if the serve hits the net and goes over, it still counts. And we play it +2, and even though he gives one back, I think more from an energy perspective, I wonder how much that deflated Atlanta's run. They're gonna need some big points right there. That's one way to start. Quick eye formation. We see Yelena shouting at her team, urging her to keep forward. 3.5 minutes left, 42-39. Intense championship is on the line. Ducks one of those forehands with Noori. It can make him so special. It can also put him on the bench.
That's right. Coach Yelena is trying to say, why are you giving him free points? Because he can hit shots like that. That's exactly what makes, that's got to be so frustrating as a coach when you have that ability, that talent, that racket control. It's incredible.
Oh, Sam just finding ways to get Atlanta to stay into this match. Just under 3 minutes. Mixed doubles will have 10 minutes of their shot coming up next. There's the legs, but you said it, Irina, how good of a backhand return Sam has. Great point, great hands, they needed that.
That's unbelievable there. Both Sam Frizzell, excuse me, for Trent Bryde. That's just incredible.
So much fun here. Scan that QR code. If you missed the action, you can see all this in person. Last weekend, next time, the champion will be crowned of the Intense League season. 179-162, but 46-41 in the doubles. $4,000 on the line there. Could have been a +2, still good volley. 47-41, and now the timeout.
Yeah, smart play there.
Hey, you guys are doing amazing. That's great. Every ball that you guys are slapping, that's amazing. Any miss like that, that's a win for me, okay? That's always a win. The way you hit the ball when you reset and make the point is great. It will have make 8 out of 10, no, right? You're doing great. Like, nothing to change. Stay aggressive. Just watch one thing whenever you, like you have the rally with King, that his backhand high is gonna be cross short, okay? So, or whatever, also the other one, Trent, play really angle, make sure you move a little bit closer to the baseline. Yeah, and it doesn't matter, if you're really far away, just go strong in the middle. I don't care, because they'll scale you more, they're not gonna make a winner. Okay, let's go. Great, guys, come on, let's bring it in, come on.
See the fire, the energy, the urgency from Tampa. Keep Atlanta down using the middle, they said right there. They're scared of your forehand, Noori. What an overhead right there. Superman, BB King, bringing back the days when he was 19 years old. No one could get a lob over him.
Incredible stuff there by the Yellow Jacket.
Oh, there's that return. You said it, Irina. Don't go there.
That was a missed opportunity.
Well, that's tough for a lefty. Like, they love those matchups, but then it's hard to accept that his backhand return's better than your lefty slider.
Yeah, I just feel like you gotta just go body. You gotta go body. That'll slide maybe into the body, but just don't give him. He's reading that so well. Don't want to give him that confidence off that left wing.
That's different because that had so much action on the kick. Trent asking Kevin to go down because Noori wasn't ready. Gets the fast-paced point, true server's pace.
It's also different when you're returning when Kevin King's at net, JY.
Oh, that was going to be going out. Oh, that return's going to be going out. Oh, jeez. It's tough that balls sometimes come so fast.
Yeah.
You just have to, you know, you have to react.
It's a reaction, yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam.
I thought we were going to see it again, JY.
That's it, just not accelerating on the serve, feeling the moment, 52-43 and the 13-point lead in the overall team. Last 40 seconds before we get to the mixed doubles. Big return again, surprised they keep serving him there. No way.
What?
No way. What? Oh, and a mess up in the electronic line calling there, so they're going to have to replay that.
Replay it. We have to
I don't know,
replay it.
that's tough. I mean,
no,
Tampa,
you have to replay it.
in
The audio
position, they're
came
gonna
before
replay
he
that.
hit the ball.
That's really
have
difficult.
to replay it.
It should be Noori's serve right here. I don't know why Kevin has the ball in his pocket.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it a replay or are they? Or
It
is
should
Noori...
be a replay. Should be a replay.
Okay.
I think Kevin just on fumes, doesn't even know what planet he's on. That's that reckless forehand. Yelena's saying, go. You don't have to go there. Just go middle if you want to go big. This looks to be the last point right here of the men's doubles bolt. Yes, they got it right. Trent serve. Going to, there you go, body forehand. That was,
but then he does
like
that.
But that miscommunication, they both went to the right.
Yeah.
King went right, Trent went right. So I'm not going to say that was a bad serve decision. I think that was a miscommunication. And 53-46 overall in the doubles for Atlanta. 184-169 in the team as we get to the highlights, Irina.
I think Team Atlanta brought it. You know that Kevin King was going to bring some action at the net because, I mean, that's his bread and butter. He wants to be at net. There were a couple incredible shots there from Tampa, but it was just love to see that fire, that determination that Kevin King and Trent Bryde, they're just giving their team a chance, and that was just really fun to watch.
Yeah, and Tampa, that women's singles start right there, just an incredible gap that helped them get that lead because Atlanta's been chipping away. But they won that first women's singles part by so much that Atlanta's still down 15 on the overall as we have Sam Frizzell with Kelly courtside.
Yeah, Sam, you guys have a 15-point overall lead heading into this final bolt here of mixed doubles. Tell me how that feels for you and what still needs to be done.
I mean, we've seen a lot of crazy comebacks, right? 15 points it's a nice cushion, but it's not really that much. You know, we've had the mindset. Coach Yelena has been telling us we want to win every bolt. You know, not just get up in a few and then kind of coast. We want to be on top of every bolt, so that's the goal, no matter the lead that we have.
Well, you and Noori certainly did a great job just now against Trent Bryde and Kevin King. What was the strategy for you guys? I mean, I know Kevin's not 100%, but it's still tough with him out there.
For sure. You know, he's a great doubles player. So is Trent. You know, they've both played a lot of doubles, so the goal is to have a lot of energy, a lot of crosses, you know, play to Noori's strengths and use mine as well.
Do you think you've won over this crowd yet?
It seems pretty quiet when we're winning points, but I think we're doing a good job of bringing the energy ourselves.
We look forward to the final. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go, the third and final bolt on the way, mixed doubles.
Irina, as we get into this final bolt, who's got more pressure on them? Atlanta, who's in first, but if they lose, still got a shot at it. The Tampa, if they lose, they're out.
Yeah, I personally think Tampa's actually got the pressure. They got the lead. And as, I don't know if you felt this when you were playing JY, but I never really felt, there were times where I felt comfortable with the lead, but like Sam Frizzell said, and Coach Yelena said, no lead is safe. And so they just have to maintain the energy and not give any points away at all.
Oh, that was a great +2. Surprise, Tanya went down the line. I think Noori hit such a good inside out. Tanya just didn't know where to go. +2, big start right there. Overpowering Tanya, 53-49, 186-169. Last 9.5 minutes of the entire week 5 as Noori donates the ball back.
I think Tanya Siskaya is going to have to be a force at the net for sure.
That's that lefty-righty matchup. Noori stronger forehand than backhand. Kevin does a great job sliding it out to Noori's weakness. Oh, look at how much that serve drop. That's nasty. That's the serve we haven't seen being used today.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think Vicky Flores is about 20 feet behind the baseline. J1, that was still above her shoulder. Oof.
Great return by Noori, telling me to shut up about his backhand weakness. Great job getting it low. Oh, Vicky gives it back.
Only a 15-point lead still, JY. Anything can happen, just a couple of points. They need to string together.
Ooh, good job trying to handle Noori's huge forehand, just missed it. Few unforced errors here. They're running out of time in the overall. Yes, $4,000 is on the line in the doubles. Great poach, +2 angle. Way to be aggressive and fearless. No, that's the shot you don't want to see as a coach, but you want to see on Sports Center.
Exactly. Yep.
And that fires up the team. Huge come on from Vicky and Noori. Now they're tied in the doubles as well, 57-57. And that's that tough ball that goes high, mix it in with the fans. It's tough. Timeout.
That was a lot happening right there, JY. I think there were balls still happening, but Tanya was not ready.
Kevin wanted to call a timeout, but Noori had already tossed the ball, I think. I couldn't see both at the same time.
Over. 57-59. Tampa to serve. Play.
So it looks like they're going to give him the point.
Yeah.
All right, so 59-57. It does slow things down for a second. So in a way, a timeout. Energy still seems low from Atlanta on that bench and everything. They need every point right now, and it just seems like they don't have that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Even right there, like they had more energy in the men's doubles when Trent was firing it up right now. It can't be all Kevin. He can't do everything all the time. Trent stepped it up in the men's doubles. They got to do something here. Big forehand. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Vicky, what a volley. Kevin with the stretch. 59-59. Never mind 60-59. Scoreboard people got to be faster. Come on. Great serve. That's a great return. Great return by Tanya. 60-60. 198, 176. Tampa might be close enough to locking this in the overall.
Oh, man, that's unlucky.
62-60. The 4,000 is on the line here. Team might be done, but 4,000 is on the line. Tampa might be saving their season, but they want the extra cash as well.
You talked about it, JY. It can't all just come down to Kevin, and I think he's putting the result of this match just on his shoulders. I feel as though Tanya just has to do a little bit more with her serve to give him an opportunity at the net, just to string a couple of points together, because as you know, the momentum can shift just like that.
Now I see nobody else with a racket in their hand for Team Atlanta, so it looks like they'll finish right here.
No way. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Get out of here. That's incredible stuff. I mean, that'll shut your opponents up, huh?
Gosh.
That's tough.
Quieted this Atlanta crowd very quick. Huge point, huge moment. Still only 64-63 in the doubles. 5.5 minutes left. Lets that one go. Good eye by Noori. 65-63. 4,000 on the line.
Are you kidding me?
Tanya just missed it. I think that's that tough ball. That's why you just go right at the middle. Go right at him. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Do you feel as though, I mean, I was just going to say, did they do two back when Kevin's returning at one point?
Oh, good move, a good reflex, but just missed. Plus, two opportunity missed.
I felt like that should have been an overrule right there. That was...
Oh, you're just saying that because you went to tech.
Yeah, you're right.
69-64, under 5 minutes. Tampa saved their season, but can Atlanta take the cash from them? That's an interesting return.
Gets the job done, though. That was a smart play, actually. I think it gave Kevin time, and it gave Vicky time also to be ready for next one.
You do know they lost the point, right?
I do know they lost the point, but I didn't mind that return.
Right.
I didn't mind it. It can't all be perfect, JY. I know you return perfectly when you play. Oh.
Looking for that big jumper out wide, didn't get it, 70-67. Vicky Flores on the far side with Noori Smiles for Tampa, Kevin King on the near side. Make sure you come out and watch this last weekend. Next weekend, scan that QR code, come out here. You see who gets crowned the champion, first ever Intense League, trying to change the landscape for professional tennis players. It's been an incredible start. Tampa trying to finish on a very high note. They've kept their playoff hope alive, and now it is about trying to win the extra cash right now, and that's why they want these huge commands. That's why they've kept the energy up. Surprise, and finally a timeout from Marcelo to slow things down and get organized before we're done. But Tampa's arguing that Atlanta's already used their timeouts. I don't think so.
That's good for us.
Don't forget at the end of the goal. At the end of the goal.
That's true. I'm gonna use it last minute.
5 seconds left. Timeout, we all celebrate. That'd be such a late.
Nobody's good because I can use the timeout if in the last second we have, I don't know, we're losing by 1 point. And then
He's making good decisions. Okay, that is part of competitiveness. Okay, if you haven't been taught that, you're gonna learn with me. Okay, being over here and ripping balls over there, that's not fighting. Okay, the match is over and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, but at least we finish with pride and we try to make some balls. Okay, and again, I'm not concerned about you getting mad at me. I'm concerned about you playing the right way.
Well, Tampa's certainly taking a different feel and vibe into these last 3 minutes, aren't they? But you heard Marcelo there. I mean, he wants to see fight from his group. And when you guys mentioned the energy level, I think they're playing tight. I think they're following their coach's intensity right now, and they're playing a little tight. And we're going to see how they can finish this out.
I'm going to be honest, that miss right there from Tanya, I think that's just, she didn't respond well to Marcelo. I think emotionally she's hurt from what Marcelo said, and it's tough for her right now to continue forward. And even though Marcelo's trying his best, I don't think he got the response he wanted out of Tanya. What are you going to say about that? Unbelievable, as it's all Tampa right now. 76-67 in the doubles, 2.5 minutes left. The team portion is done, but the cash is on the line in the doubles, and Noori is just having a go of it. Was that a +1? Only a +1, but he is showing off all his talent right now. Angle volley here, forehand volley there, Sports Center tomorrow. Put them on.
Yeah, just the energy is just too much right now from the Tampa team. Vicky Flores, I mean, just come on-ing and pumping her fist after every single point.
Yeah.
Another yellow jacket as well. Just saying. We bring that. Yeah.
Could have been a null. That's all I care about. 78-68. Under 2 minutes. Can Atlanta come back and get the cash even though the team portion is done? It's going to be tough. Everybody on that sideline, the energy's down.
Oh, wow.
Great volley right there by Vicky. Adding on to it, +2. Minute 20. Atlanta, like Marcelo said, playing for pride here at home. Kevin has given everything he had today. Couldn't get enough from his teammates. Didn't have too much to give himself, but he tried. Sion with an unbelievable performance in singles. Good eye by Vicky.
Interesting choice there with going continental grip on that shot when she had enough time to go for a rip forehand there, J-Walk.
I think it's one of those moments where it just happened so fast and she's just not sharp mentally and just couldn't change grips.
Yeah.
Vicky still wanting every point. You would have no idea that they are going to take this victory. If you look at Noori and Vicky, you'd think they're the ones that are down. They're locked in. They want it all. They want more. And they're going to take a lot right now.
Oh, wow.
They're still swinging big. Good hands by Kevin. Last 20 seconds. Incredible week 5. Tampa keeps their playoff hopes alive. Jacksonville benefits from Atlanta losing right now. It's all going to come down to next weekend. You have to be here either in person or Peachtree Sports Network, YouTube, Twitch. It's going to be an incredible finish as Tampa is going to be all smiles. Incredible performance. What a day. Atlanta, good push right there, but too much Tampa.
A tough one indeed for Team Atlanta, but my goodness, Team Tampa just putting up a performance, JY.
Just comes back to that women's singles. You hit on it before everything started. That is going to determine the rest of the way. They needed a big lead because of men's singles and what Atlanta can do in doubles. And I think it was such a big lead that even though Atlanta won the men's singles and they were starting to make a run in doubles as well, it was just too big of a gap. Sion Mendez, the story of the day.
Yeah, I agree, JY. I really think that she set the tone. She set that fierceness just right from the beginning. And at the end, I mean, I just feel as though Tanya was just not there today in the singles, in the women's doubles, and in the mixed. And I just feel like, so, as you said it, JY, I mean, it couldn't all be on Kevin King.
As we look at the match summary, from started with women's singles, 34-12. The next two were relatively close, but that 22-point gap in that first bolt really led the way to give them a 29-point lead going into men's singles. Great job by Sion, truly the MVP with all her drop shots and the +2s. And then when we came into men's singles, we were gonna wonder, okay, how much does Kevin King have left in the tank? He did a great job right there to give him a 7-point win in the men's singles. Still, every bolt was close. So even though they won it, too big of a gap from women's singles. And then when we got down to the doubles, too much pressure. And as soon as it just became too much emotionally, Atlanta really took off and gave him the 223-188 win for Tampa. It was now with Kelly to give us their thoughts on today.
All of them MVPs, but they were locked in on the match scores just now. Yelena, you had set out a goal that they win every bolt today. How proud are you of your team and being still playoff bound?
So proud of them. They did a great job. We knew we had to pick it up, especially in mixed doubles. We didn't expect them. Actually, I didn't expect my players to do so good. I was really scared on mixed, but they bring the energy insane. That was such a great job. I have nothing to say. They're incredible, like incroyable. I don't know. Yeah.
Vicky, she didn't expect you to do so good, but you guys brought it in mixed doubles.
I put them a lot of pressure on that mixed doubles. I told them like it's gonna be really tough because we know how they can play. So, but they play even better today.
The lower the expectations, that means the better you can do.
But the truth is, did it ever feel like you guys were comfortable in the sense that you felt like you had it in the bag?
I don't know. I come out here every day feeling like we have it in the bag. Look at my team, guy. Look at how good we are.
I'm just so glad you weren't arrested. But Sion, a lot of love from over there before we got into this. Knowing you set the tone today, how meaningful is that for you?
It's great. I played pretty good today, so I'm happy with that. And I'm just happy that I could set the tone. And I think the team today, the vibe was amazing. We all support each other, and we get along so well. So yeah.
Freaking rock today. That's our rock. MVP.
Oh, Noori! Well, that pretty much sums it up right there. You guys, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you next weekend.
So much.
Thank you.
Go Tampa.
Let's go Tampa.
Thanks, guys.
All smiles from Tampa right there. Irina, you said it for the match. You felt a win coming from Tampa.
I really did, and I think that I had seen the energy that Tampa brought yesterday against us, against the challenger team, and I took into consideration Atlanta finishing so late, how emotionally draining that match was. And so you put all that together, you think about Kevin King not being 100%, and so Sion Mendez, she really was the MVP to start off the match, but I think even Coach Yelena, she was the one that was surprised at the very end to see Vicky Flores and Noori Adam be able to finish in that manner. it was all Team Tampa from start to finish.
A great day for Tampa. When we come back next weekend, all three teams, they are in it for the championship. You know, we take a quick look at how that finished for today that put Tampa in position to have a shot next weekend. 78-49 in women's singles. They lose the men's singles 60-67. So they at least kept a big lead from women's singles. And then in the doubles, it came down to that final mixed doubles bowl where they really just took off 85-72 in the doubles to give them a 223-188. Just an incredible match. Have to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors that have helped get us through week 5. Incredible first season. Thank you to Alta Tennis, Tornagrip, Dolicious, Yonex, Body Armor, Acrotech, AT Sports. Thank you so much, Body Armor, everybody. It's been an incredible weekend. We're going to be back next weekend, week 6, our final one. All three teams have a shot. Saturday, 1:30. We'll be back. Thank you for joining us, and have a great weekend.